Hello, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're the Kent State Educational Channel 29. I'm Joe Pete with Brad Petro. We're here at Jefferson Falcon Pride Stadium for tonight's NEC matchup between the home team, Jefferson Falcons, and the visitors, Conneaut Spartans. Last week, Conneaut lost a tough one to Geneva. Now there's a lot of implications here tonight for the NEC, Brad.
Yeah, for the first time in a long time, we have a log jam really at the top of the NEC standings. You got four teams right now sitting at 3-1. And you got Harvey sitting back at 3-2, waiting for a couple teams to lose. But tonight we're going to get the opportunity to see two of these 3-1 teams. And the unfortunate thing is somebody's got to lose and somebody's going to win. And one of these teams can really set themselves up and put themselves in a great position, for an NEC championship tonight.
You talk about the Jefferson Falcons all year long. They've been a big play team, and that big play man is number 22, Dustin Ola. Talk about him a little bit and what Conneaut needs to do to stop him.
Yeah, you want to talk about big plays. You talk about Dustin Ola. This is a kid, he's averaging 46 yards a return on kickoff returns. And I'm not just talking, one kickoff return. This kid's had many. He's averaging over 25 yards a return on punt returns. He's averaging over 15 yards a catch, receiving the ball. And he's averaging over 8 yards a carry, running the ball. He's second in the area scoring touchdowns. He's got 16 touchdowns on the year. And I don't know that you can really hope to stop this kid and shut him down. You really want to contain him. And what I think you're going to want to do if you're Conneaut is try to minimize the big plays that he creates. And that's on the kickoff returns and punt returns. If you can kick the ball away from him, minimize the opportunities he's going to have to put his hands on the ball, you're going to put yourself in a good shape to be successful tonight. Along those lines, what do you think Conneaut's going to do tonight to be successful?
Well, Conneaut, Brad, they run that special wing T offense. A lot of different formations, a lot of different movement. They got a real nice running game in Matt Kopass, Adam Kopass, Joey Shore, Mr. Jocelyn. They do a real good job with that. They're going to try to run the ball, I think, tonight down Jefferson's throat. Jefferson's young. They're a little bit inexperienced in the front lines, and they need to step up and try to fill those gaps, those linebackers. Talking to Coach Jason Root, he said those linebackers need to step up, fill the gaps. And Conneaut's going to run the ball tonight. A big thing that Conneaut is not really a passing team. Conneaut, they depend on that run. They only have about 160 yards passing so far.
Yeah, and on a side note for tonight's game, we got teacher going up against student tonight. Root was a player for Coach Ken Priest out at PV in 1989 when the Lakers won the ESC title. I believe they went 9-1. You had a chance to talk to him a little bit about that and his memories about that season.
Yeah, Jason Root actually returned an interception return for PV. They were 9-1, like you said. They won the CV championship, and Ken Priest was the coach. And Jason Root brought one back 70 yards for a touchdown to help PV win that title. Tonight, it's going to be a good matchup, a good NEC battle, and we'll be right back with head coach Jason Root right after this.
Hi, I'm back here with Jefferson head coach Jason Root. Coach, your team got off to somewhat of a slow start this year. You started the season 0-3. But you've come back nicely when you started the NEC schedule. You're 3-1 now in the NEC. Basically, a big log jam at the top, tied with four other teams, or three other teams, excuse me. But you guys really control your own destiny tonight and next week. With victories, you guys can do no worse than a share of the NEC. How's the season been so far for you?
It's really been a tale of two seasons. Really, we got a real young team, starting 7 or 8 sophomores. Played a real tough schedule to begin the year, including Poland, who's one of the best Division III teams in the state. And once we started to gel and learn how to play together, we've done a pretty decent job being 3-1 since then.
Now you talk about you got a really young team. You got, I think, 4 seniors starting on defense and 3 seniors starting on offense. And actually, you guys were on a bye last week with the scheduling with the Lakeside consolidation. So you guys have really had 2 weeks to prepare for this game tonight. I don't know if that's good or bad, but what did you do internally to keep the competitiveness going, to keep the juices flowing for these kids?
That was a big concern of mine. Was could we be intense and pumped up to practice on a week that we don't have a game? And we prepared for Conneaut last week, but we had 2 inter-squad scrimmages. The one day we used our defense against Conneaut's offense, and then vice versa the next day. So. That was a lot of fun for the kids and kept up the competitiveness a little bit. Then we did give them 1 day off.
Now, when you talk about tonight's game, you talk about a game plan. Obviously, you've had nothing but praise for Dustin Ola. I mean, this kid and I'm along the sentiments as you are. This kid's probably one of the most talented players, overall players in the NEC and in this whole area. 16 touchdowns on the year. He does it all: rushing, receiving, punt returns, kick returns. Obviously, coming into a game of this magnitude, I got to believe Conneaut's going to do what they can to keep the ball out of his hands. What are you guys going to do to get him the ball?
Whatever we can, we'll put him wherever, whether that's catching passes in the flats, deep, running the ball, whatever we can do to get Dust in the ball. And I'd say that's a tribute to him. And he's been double, triple teamed all year. And playing on this young team and him still being able to get the stats that he does, he's not going to finish as the leading rusher probably, but he's probably going to have close to 2,000 all-purpose yards this year.
That's tremendous. A little bit of a side note tonight, and we alluded to this in our pregame. Tonight you're going up against your old mentor, Coach Parise. You played for him in 1989 out at Pymatuming. You guys actually won a title out there, and you went 9-1. What's it mean to you to go up against him tonight?
Something that I never expected would happen when I was in high school, but it's a great honor for me to be able to be on the same field coaching against him, and especially in a game of this magnitude.
Sounds good. Good luck tonight, Coach.
We're back here at Falcon Pride Stadium. I'm happy to have with us Coach Ken Parise, the Conneaut Spartans. Coach, tough loss last week. How did the kids respond?
We got right back to work on Monday. We knew that in that ball game that we defeated ourselves, and we knew that inside the 20 we didn't get it done. We also had 9 penalties for 96 yards, 2 touchdowns called back. All those things that good football teams don't do to win. But I'll tell you what, our kids are ready for this ball game and excited to play tonight.
And I noticed that you had some tape. The kids have some tape on their helmets. Talk a little bit about that.
They're dedicating the night to a person that means the most to them and why they play the game of football, and they put it on the back of their helmet. They wrote a letter during the week, and every day of practice they thought about him. They gave him the letter last night, and they were real excited about it.
Coach, you talk about Jefferson. You talk about number 22, Dustin Ola. He's having a good year, 16 touchdowns. Obviously, you got to stop him tonight. What are you going to do to stop him?
Well, we got to make sure he's an east-west runner tonight, not a north-south runner, and that's what we're going to be working on. When he becomes a north-south runner, he becomes the best there is in the league. But an east-west runner where we run him sideline to sideline, then he becomes very ordinary, just like anyone else.
Coach, your running game's been the best in the conference so far. Your offensive line, quite frankly, has been outstanding. Talk a little bit about your offensive line, your running game tonight.
They're a great group. They eat lunch together. They do things together. They hang out together. They've been the part of it, but our running backs, Joey Shore, the 2 Kopaz brothers, Aaron Joslin, they hump it up in there behind those guys. And, yes, we are a running team. Everybody knows it, and we're going to be doing much of the same tonight.
What else are the keys tonight for Conneaut on the defensive side of the ball besides Ola? What do you have to do tonight?
Well, they have a great tight end. They also have a good wide receiver. I like their quarterback, Baker. He does a real nice job, and their offensive line gets it done. They're a good football team, and they're well coached by Jason Root, who's a former player of mine, and they're just a real good group, and they seem to be coming together, too, at this time.
Coach, on behalf of Kent State Educational Channel, we want to wish you the best of luck tonight.
Hey, and thanks for doing this. We really appreciate it, and the opportunity to be on television for these to remember it for the rest of their lives, and it's something that I'm very happy and very fortunate that you guys chose us.
Thanks a lot, Coach. We're back here, ladies and gentlemen, at Falcon Pride Stadium for tonight's NEC Clash. The home team, the Jefferson Falcons, taking on the visiting Conneaut Spartans. We talked about it before, Brad. There's a 4-way tie right now in the NEC. 4 teams have 1 loss.
Yeah, you got these 2 teams tonight. You got Conneaut, Jefferson. You also got Geneva Lakeside, all with 4 losses. And you got Harvey, who is idle tonight. They got 2 losses. They need some help. But as we saw yesterday in the newspaper, there's a possibility that we could end up with 5 teams tied for the NEC title.
And Conneaut and Jefferson are going to have something to say about that tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful night here at Falcon Pride Stadium. Here come the Conneaut Spartans. Make that the Jefferson Falcons. They're coming out, Brad. You know what? You talk about Jefferson, you got to talk about number 22, Dustin Ola.
Yeah, we talked about him all pre-game. I talked to Coach Root about him, and this is one of those special football players. You know, he's just a great all-around athlete. He does everything for this team. I think I saw him serving the chili earlier in the cafeteria for the chili cook-off they had here tonight.
You know, the quarterback, number 2, Matt Baker, he's shown that he's able to throw the ball consistently this year. We have a dry field. What do you think about him throwing the ball a little bit tonight?
Well, they, as opposed to Conneaut, they do like to throw the ball a little bit. Matt's got some decent stats on the year, thrown for over 400 yards. He's completing, you know, about 52% of his passes for 5 touchdowns. They can move the ball through the air, and we saw them earlier in the season against Edgewood have some success throwing the ball. They got some nice young receivers, Nate Branley and Zach Dennis, both underclassmen that you know, they want to get the ball to, and they're also going to, you know, get the ball to Dustin Ola any way they can. And one of the ways to do that is, you know, get him on some shovel passes, hit him on some, you know, some quick hitters out of the backfield like that. So they're gonna do a bunch of different things tonight to try to confuse Conneaut and try to spread the ball around. And you know, the biggest thing that they need to do tonight, talking with Coach Roy also, is control the ball. Conneaut obviously is a team that doesn't throw the ball a lot. They keep it on the ground, and they like to eat up the clock big time. So Jefferson's going to have to control the ball as much as they can tonight, eat up as much clock as they can, and keep Conneaut's offense off the field.
Talk about Conneaut, Brad. You got to talk about that big offensive line. Number 77, Dawson Knight. Number 50, Deacon Adams. Number 60, Sean Olenschlager. These guys, I'll tell you what, these guys are tough. Nick Kelly, number 70. Matt Tantari, number 79. These guys average about 235 pounds. Here come the Spartans. They're getting ready to come out. But, you know, again, we talked about this wing T, all the different running formations they have out of that. And that's what they want to do. They want to run behind this big offensive line.
Yeah, this line, I mean, these guys go 215, 235, 285, you know, 280 across. And that's one of the things when you talk to Coach Priest that he's really excited about is these kids work out, they lift, you know, they do these bigger, faster, stronger power programs all season long. In season, they lift weights in season, and they just like to come out and play some smash mouth football, and push you around and run the ball right down your throat.
I'll tell you what, Conneaut's coming out now, and they sure look fired up tonight here. After that tough loss last week against Geneva, we were there, we saw it. Conneaut moved the ball up and down the field religiously against Geneva. Their defense played very well. They held the Eagles to about 60 yards rushing, and at the end of the game, they didn't get the breaks. They had some penalties, and Geneva moved the ball on 4 passes when there were 2 minutes to go in the game, and it was kind of a shock out there. But this is a new week and a new season, and we got 4 teams tied up, and we're just about ready for kickoff. We're the Kent State Educational Channel 29. I'm Joe Pete with Brad Petro. And we're happy to be here at Jefferson Falcon Pride Stadium. We just enjoyed Parents' Night here. And number 22, Dustin Ola, is in the middle. And I'm not sure you want to kick to this guy tonight.
No, I talked about it in the pregame. This kid's he's returned 6 kicks this year, and he's averaging over 46 yards a kick. And as you see him back there now, they just shuffle around to try to confuse Conneaut. And that's exactly what the Spartans do, is keep it away from him.
Here's the kickoff, picked up by one of the up men. Going to be down at about the 27-yard line. I believe that was number 7, Zach Dennis, on the carry. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Falcons. We're ready to go here. Baker's at quarterback, number 2, the senior. That's Lemire in the backfield. Ola at the split. Here comes Ola on a little counter play. Running hard. Stopped on defense for Conneaut, number 77. That's Dawson Knight.
Well, we got a second look at the starting offense for Jefferson across the front. Ryan Atliff at tight end. Tackle Brian Stainfield. Guard Tim Roberts. Center Garrett Nash. The other guard is Nick Aliff. And the other tackle is Big Bill Malish.
It's going to be 2nd down and about 7 for the Falcons. Looked like a false start, but no call. That's Lemire up the middle, I believe, and he's going to be stuck. That's number 50, Deacon Adams, on the play for the Spartans. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 5. See a little rollout here, maybe throw the ball.
Baker's quite capable of that.
Conneaut needs to know again where number 22 is. I believe he's at a wing back. Real problem with the snap. Baker going straight back to pass. Looking deep. Over the middle, got a man, complete. First down,
That's
Falcons.
3, Nate Franley, the 155-pound junior.
And Baker had some poise on that throw, stepped up, had a lot of time. Offensive line doing a good job there. And he threw the ball right on the money there. Going to be 1st and 10 Falcons. 10 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the first quarter. Ball's at the 45-yard line. Here comes Ola, around the right side, looking for the corner. Got a little bit of room. Goes out of bounds inside the 50 in the Spartan territory. Dustin Ola, number 22.
Give us a second to go through Conneaut's starting defense. Up front, they got number 77, Dawson Knight, number 50, Deckel Adams, number 60, Sean Olenschlager, number 47, Gary Tantari.
Going to be 2nd and 3 for the Falcons. Here comes Ola in motion. He's going to come around the left side on that pitch. Waiting for a blocker. Going to be close to the first down. Number 54, Kevin Kehoe for the Spartans on the play. It's going to be 3rd down. I believe he's a little short there, about 1. 3rd and 1.
Finishing up the Conneaut defensive starters, linebackers, number 22, Aaron Jocelyn, number 54, Kevin Kehoe, we just called his name, number 79, Matt Tantari, number 89, Joey Shore. In the defensive backfield, you got number 9, Matt Kopaz, number 34, Adam Kopaz, and number 24, Brandon Hale.
3rd and 1. Let's see if they go with that dive here to the fullback. Here's Ola in motion. There's that dive on the right side. Going to be a 1st down. Falcons got a little bit of drive going here early in the first quarter, Brad.
They're doing exactly what they need to do. They're moving the chains, and they're taking the time off the clock.
Tom Lemire, number 36, playing hurt all year with that injured hand. Doing a good job there, running on the right side. Behind the freshman center, number 61, Garrett Nash. 1st and 10, Falcons. Baker going to roll, looking deep. Going to be no good. The closest man was number 9, Matt Kopaz for the Spartans.
Connie have no pressure up front on that pass attempt there. Matt had a lot of time back there, pick and choose what he wanted to do, and tried to hit the home run ball.
And you know, Jefferson, I like the play call on 1st down, going for all of it there. Offensive coordinator Mark Havens doing a nice job there. Check that, Rick Havens. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Falcons. It's a beautiful night here at Falcon Pride Stadium. Ola going to come in motion. Going to do a little reverse. That's number 4, Franley. He's going down the right side and stuck by number 34, Adam Kopaz. Check that. That's Matt Mahokey on the carry for the Falcons. And a nice pickup there on 2nd down.
Mahokey got a little too excited there to get that ball outside. You got to take your time and let your blocks develop in front of you and pick your spot then. He ran in front of two blockers there.
With 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Jefferson driving inside Conneaut territory. Baker going to drop straight back. Throw to the left sideline. Got a man wide open. That's Zach Dennis, number 7, the sophomore. No good. He's going to bring up a 4th down here.
First big decision of the night for Coach Root.
That's why these coaches make the big money, Brad. To make decisions like this on 4th and 3. What do you do here?
You're on the. Looks like you're on your about Conneaut's 33.5 yard line. I don't think there's any question what they're going to do. And
you got to go, and Conneaut needs to know where number 22 is. Watch for that little option or counter here. There, he's coming back against the grain. 22. He's close to the 1st down. He has it. 1st and 10. Falcons. Dustin Ola with 16 touchdowns. The leading touchdown maker in the area. Spartans continue to give up some yards there. Look for number 79, Matt Tantari. He's a leader of that defense. Step it up a little bit here. Conneaut's in that 4-4. Here comes Ola in motion again. They're not going to be shy. He's going to look for the corner. There's Matt Tantari, number 79, sticking Ola for that loss. Big play there. Seniors need to make plays like that in big games when Northeastern Conference championships are on the line.
And that's one thing you'll see tonight, Conneaut. On Conneaut's side of the ball, you got about 7 of those 11 guys on defense are seniors, and those guys know what's at stake tonight. You know, on Jefferson's side of the ball, they got, on offense, they only got, I think, 3 seniors starting.
Second down and 15 to go now for the Falcons here. 7 minutes and 22 seconds to go, and Jefferson not shy about going to Dustin Ola early here. Baker going to roll back, looking for Ola deep in the corner. Pass could be intercepted by Conneaut. Looks like Kopaz. And it is number 9, Matt Kopaz, picking off.
Baker had number 4, Matt Mahokey, wide open there and just put a little bit too much air underneath that ball and gave Kopaz enough time to come over from his safety spot and steal that one.
It almost looked like there was 2 guys running the same area, and you know that's a no-no.
I think what Jefferson did is they had 3 guys running about the same route, but they have, you know, like a wave. You have one guy out about 10 yards, one guy out about 20, and one guy down about 35 yards, just trying to stretch the defense out. And you know, Matt picks and reads the cornerback out there and made the right decision. Just put a little bit too much air under the ball.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Spartans. David Gillespie at the helm. Here's a run on the right side.
Take a look at Conneaut's starting offensive line. You got number 47, Gary Tantari, number 77, Dawson Knight, number 55, Neil Simpson, number 65, Mike Melcher, number 79, Matt Tantari, and number 70, the big captain, Nick Kelly.
Here comes Conneaut in that wing tee. Not much room there. That's going to be Kopaz, Adam Kopaz, number 34, on the carry. Going to bring up a 3rd down, a passing situation. Conneaut's had problems throwing the ball this year, Brad.
Yeah, Gillespie's only attempted 45 passes this year. He's well under 50%, only throwing for a little over 100 yards on the season with 1 touchdown. You know, their bread and butter is run the ball.
They love to run those traps and those buck sweeps in this wing tee. Number 3, Dan Melcher, out wide right. Gillespie's rolling to the left. Going to be hit and sacked by the Falcons. That's going to bring up a punting situation. Number 80, Chris Walter, in on the play for the Falcons. Did a nice job there. I'm not sure you want to roll Gillespie to that side.
Well, that's kind of awkward for a left-handed quarterback to roll out to the right and you know, either throw the ball on the run or try to set up and turn back, you know, throw the ball upfield.
Adam Kopaz is going to be the punter here, number 34 for the Spartans. Snap is good. A little bit of pressure, sort of shanked it. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. And Jefferson's going to start off with excellent field position here.
Looks like about the 37-yard line. That's, you know, right about where they had the ball before the turnover.
Let's see if they stick to their ground game a little bit more here instead of trying to go up top, because, you know, they were running well with Ola there a little bit, and Lemire had a couple nice little dives. Let's see if they go right back to that. This field's very conducive to Ola's speed tonight. It looks like a fast track here. We're the Kent State Educational Channel. We're in the first quarter. Jefferson, Conneaut, 5:15 to go, 0-0 score. Baker at quarterback. Here comes Ola. They're going to go right up the middle to Lemire, number 36. He might get a couple. Number 60, Sean Olenschlager, in on the play for the Spartans. 226-pound senior doing a nice job from his defensive line post. Going to bring up 2nd and 8 now for Jefferson. Jefferson not intimidated the least bit. Ola's going to be split out now at that wing back. Baker going to roll it right. Throw him to the sideline. Got a man wide open. That's Dennis. No good. Probably should have been caught there.
Baker with a nice play action there with, you know, they're using Dustin Ola as much, you know, for his running ability, and they're using him as much for his decoy ability as well. You know, Conneaut's got to pay attention wherever he goes on the field, and you see him there fake a little shovel pass and come back, you know, to our side of the field, and Baker fake that shovel pass and roll out to the right. And, he had Zach Dennis there wide open, and I bet, if Zach had that again, he'd make that catch.
Going to bring up a big 3rd down and 8 now for the Falcons. Trips left here. Watch the shovel pass here to Ola. There it is, 22. He's looking to go outside. He's going to get to the sticks and get the 1st down inside the 30, almost to the 20-yard line. And you can see that play developing there. And I know Conneaut's practiced against that play all week long. They just couldn't stop it.
You can practice against it all you want, but until you get in a game situation and you really have Dustin Ola out there, with his speed, making his moves, you can't simulate that in practice.
Gain of over 10 yards, going to be a 1st down, Jefferson.
Picked up about 17, 15, 16 yards on that play.
And a nice play. Here comes Ola again in motion. They're gonna do a little pitch to Ola, right side, going down the sidelines. He's stuck out of bounds by number 9, Matt Kopaz. Not a bad-looking play there, though. That's something new there.
Nice little, haven't seen Mr. Baker run the option too much this year. Nice little look right there.
Second and 4 now for the Falcons, with 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter. We're the Kent State Educational Channel. And Jefferson's knocking at the door. See if they can cash it in. Here comes Ola around the left side. Got a little bit of a hole closed quickly by number 77, Dawson Knight, making the play. The initial hole looked big there, Brad.
He had number 22, Aaron Jocelyn, really getting some penetration upfield there and forced Ola to cut it up a little bit quicker than I think he probably wanted to. Forced it back inside, and the linebacker's there to make the play.
Let's see now if Jefferson, looks like they might be taking a timeout, or it could be for a measurement.
He looks like pretty close to the 1st down there.
And that's exactly what it's going to be. Bill Sopchak, the referee, has been doing high school football games for many, many years.
Give us a chance to go through our officiating crew tonight. Like you said, we got referee Bill Sopchak. The umpire is George Marco. Head linesman is Gene Malusinich. The line judge is Steve Yapko. And the back judge is John Suto. And as you see there, that's going to be just about 6 inches short.
3rd down in inches. Now, there's a couple options here for Coach Jason Root. You run that fullback diver. You could gamble a little bit here because you have another down. Maybe go to the end zone. Let's see what they're going to do here.
I tell you what, if I'm Coach Root right now, I think Mr. Baker's going to take the snap and fall forward. Give yourself a fresh set of downs. Momentum is definitely on your side here. You don't want to get too crazy.
Let's see what they're going to do here. Baker comes under center. And that's exactly what he does. Nice call by my partner, Brad Petro, and he's going to get the 1st down.
I'll give him a fresh set of downs. Now you got 1st and goal from about the 6-yard line. Looks like Conneaut's going to take a timeout here, try to regroup. 1st quarter's been pretty much all Jefferson. Got 3:50 to go in the 1st quarter. For those of you that are concerned with the other action around the NEC tonight, we got a 1st quarter update. Lakeside Geneva. Lakeside gets on the board first on a 17-yard touchdown run by Marcus White. The extra point was no good, and Lakeside takes a early 6-0 lead.
And again, we talked about that ball game tonight. It's going to be a good game, I think. And also, both teams have one loss, and Lakeside jumping out early.
Yeah, so many scenarios that can happen with this NEC championship this year. Obviously, you got this game right here, and Jefferson is really in a great position. They control their own destiny as well as Geneva does, but they control their own destiny for the simple fact that next week they play Lakeside. So if Jefferson would happen to win tonight, Lakeside would happen to win tonight, those two teams would have loss apiece, and they'd face each other next week.
Just about ready to get back to action here at Falcon Pride Stadium or the Kent State Educational Channel. 1st and goal inside the 10-yard line, about the 6, and Jefferson's going to take a little timeout. You know, an interesting thing, I got a chance to talk to Coach Ken Parise during the week, Brad, and they had their kids rededicate the season. What they did was he asked them to pick a person that was very prominent in their lives and to write them a letter rededicating the season. And I noticed tonight on their helmets, they had who they wrote the letter to taped onto their helmets, and they actually gave that person the letter saying, the good things about the season, what they planned on doing, because, they were pretty, it was pretty tough loss last week, but that's a good way to get motivated for this week.
Yeah, I mean, they pretty much had, their destiny in their own hands going into last week, and, basically from the statistical standpoint, they dominated Geneva, but they came up short in the one category that mattered, and that was the final score, and basically brought all the teams back into the NEC race we have now. And I've been involved in football many years, and that's the first time I've heard that type of tactic used to try to get the kids motivated, and hopefully we'll see if it works tonight.
Well, let's see. Right now as Baker's under center, he's looking into the end zone, throwing the ball, going to be complete to Ola, close to the goal line, and he's in for the touchdown. Great play, nice pass by the quarterback, Matt Baker, to 22, Dustin Ola. And boy, is he a weapon out here tonight so far.
And like I said, they're using him every which way. And Jason, or Coach Root earlier in the pregame, alluded to that fact. I asked him what they were going to do tonight to try to get him the ball, because obviously, as a defense coming in, that's your main objective, is trying to stop, Dustin Ola. And Jason said they were going to do a little bit of everything, getting him out of the backfield, try to, get some passes to him, get some carries. Just get the ball in his hands and let him make some plays.
Matt Mahokie's the holder. Baker, the kicker, the senior quarterback. Here's a snap, a little bit high. Kicks up and good. So, the scene is set here at Falcon Pride Stadium with 3 minutes and 44 seconds to go here in the first quarter. The home team, the Falcons, jump out on top, 7-0. And Conneaut's not going to be a very good comeback team. They can't let this thing get out of hand here. They need to come back and score some points, don't they?
Yeah, like we talked about earlier, Conneaut does not do very well throwing the ball. Really, they haven't had to do it too much this year with the running game they've had. But if they do get down, that's probably the weakest part of their team is coming from behind and having to throw the ball. Jefferson did exactly what they needed to do, which was control the ball, move the ball down the field, eat up the clock. Conneaut's had 3 plays so far in this first quarter, and the fourth play, the punt. But Jefferson doing exactly what they need to do tonight to get this game going, the way they want it to be dictated.
And again, we talked about Dustin Ola, and so far the Spartans don't have an answer for number 22, probably the player of the year in the NEC so far. Jefferson ready for the kickoff at the 40. Joe Shore, number 89, is in the middle, back deep. Aaron Jocelyn, number 22, also back for the Spartans. Here's the kick, end over end, a beautiful kick.
It's number 89, Joey Shore.
Joey Shore going straight up the middle. Got a little bit of room there. All the way up to the 40-yard line. Nice return by number 89, the running back, Joe Shore of the Conneaut Spartans. Conneaut now needs to answer, and answer quickly. At their own 40-yard line, going to be 1st and 10. Here comes number 15, David Gillespie. He needs to get something going. Let's see if we see Matt Kopaz into the game now, number 9. He's had a lot of injuries this year, especially with his hand and his shoulder. And he's an outstanding running back. There's his brother, number 34, Adam, and Joe Shore, 89, at the wing. Here comes that quick pitch now, number 89, Shore, and he's stuffed. That's Ola, number 22, coming on the defensive side of the ball, and 36, Lemire, doing a nice job stuffing out that quick pitch.
Tell you what, number 3, Dan Melcher there from his wideout spot, coming back on a crackback block and waited perfectly until the Falcons showed his numbers, and he just leveled them.
Conneaut not having much success on the ground so far. Looks like Jefferson stacking up the line here, playing that 5-man front. And they got everybody up there, 7, 8 guys up at the line of scrimmage. Got a little movement here. Probably going to be on the offense. Let's see. That's exactly what it's going to be. Illegal motion on the offense, going to move them back 5 and put them into a long.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Coach Parise talked about in your pregame talk with him was the penalties. You got to stay away from the penalties. The penalties they had last week against Geneva, the numbers really killed them. Last week penalized 9 times for 70 yards in that game.
Yeah, they can't afford that tonight against a very good Jefferson Falcon football team. Here's Gillespie going to go right up the middle. That looks like Shore, number 89, and he doesn't have much room. Number 50, Nick Aliff, in on the play for the Falcons as the first quarter winds down under 3 minutes. Jefferson 7, Conneaut 0. A lot of people talked about this week's game. This is a very important game, and we have a crowd here tonight at Jefferson Falcon Pride Stadium. Both bands look like they're ready to put on quite a performance. Tonight's band show will be showed in its entirety after the game. That's the whole halftime band show. That's Kopass, number 9, in on offense. Gillespie going to throw a little bit here. Got a man wide open. Nice play, and he hung on. That's number 3, Dan Melcher, the senior. Close to the first down. Going to be close. And that was a nice pass there by the junior Gillespie, wasn't it?
Gillespie had enough time there, set his feet, and caught Melcher coming over the middle. Melcher only goes 140 pounds and got hit as soon as he put his hands on the ball, was able to make a pretty much a spectacular circus catch there.
Let's see if they're gonna get him a first down on that, and that's a big first down inside the 50 now as Conneaut moves into Jefferson territory, and Gillespie showed a lot of poise, like we said. There's Matt Kopaz, number 9, running off the field, coming over to see Coach Ken Parise, and Conneaut's getting fired up a little bit here on the sidelines as they go 1st and 10 in that wing T offense. Right up the middle.
34, Adam Kopaz.
Adam Kopaz, not much running room there, got tripped up. Again, number 36, Lemire, in on the play. He's having an excellent game so far, his inside linebacker post for the Falcons. A lot of guys here going both ways for both teams. Excellent sophomore class for the Falcons with Mahokey, Dennis, Franley. Conneaut in their wing T. Here comes that buck sweep now. Kopaz has got a seam. He's got a long, nice run inside the 30-yard line, down to the 28-yard line. That's Joe Shore, excuse me. A little bit of a delayed sweep there around the right end and a nice pickup there by the Spartans. Easily going to give them a first down. 1st and 10. Chains are moving. We're under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Jefferson out on top, 7. The visiting Conneaut Spartans, 0. Conneaut inside Jefferson's 30-yard line, down about the 28, going to be 1st and 10. Going to be a sweep again to the right side.
Like number 34.
That's Adam Kopaz. Nick Aliff and Dustin Ola in on the play for the Falcons. They did a nice job that time balling up the sweep. Let's see if Gillespie comes out and throws a little bit here.
Had some success running the ball last couple plays. Looks like that's going to be the end of the first quarter.
The end of the first quarter, our score here at Falcon Pride Stadium. Jefferson, the home team, out on top. 7, Conneaut 0. Conneaut's driving the ball inside the 30-yard line.
First quarter really dominated by the Falcons in terms of stats, in terms of time of possession. Jefferson holding on to the ball. Conneaut just now making their first move into Jefferson territory.
You know, talking to Coach Ken Parise and defensive coordinator Bill Lips, interesting side note, Conneaut Spartans football team in July, and their coaching staff, they go up to Allegheny College for a wing T camp. And what they do is they stay 3 days in the dormitories there, and the Allegheny coaching staff puts on a clinic, and they run the wing T, and they're very successful right now. That's a nice thing, a nice getaway for the kids, isn't it?
Yeah, when you first told me about that, the first thing I thought of was the movie Remember the Titans. You know, back when I was in high school, they didn't have these kind of camps. Now they got, I think Perry's got a camp, a passing clinic that they run up there where, you know, these kids can get together and, you know, pretty much football now has become a, you know, a 12-month sport for most of these kids.
Talking to the coaches a little bit, too, it was an excellent bonding experience. They got together and the group got closer. And I think that's just an outstanding way to start the summer off as far as high school football goes. And you got to give credit to the Conneaut coaching staff. Here we go. We're ready to start now. The beginning of the second quarter for the Spartans. Going to be about 2nd and 8 now. That's Shore in motion. Gillespie going to throw. He's got a lot of pressure. He's going to go down.
Looks like number 64, the nose tackle, Tim McCune.
Tim McCune showing some senior leadership there now for the Falcons. And that's a big play for the Jefferson defense. That's going to bring them back into a long 3rd and about 13. These are the situations that Conneaut does not want to be in tonight. And number 22, Dustin Ola, is playing defense also, a defensive back, and he's moving up there closer and closer to the line. Conneaut quarterback Gillespie again is sacked by the Jefferson defense.
Gillespie losing his footing there, but don't think he had much going with the way Jefferson was coming with the pressure.
On that sack, number 9, a sophomore, Mark Baker, defensive end, doing a nice job. It looked like Gillespie, like you said, had absolutely no time whatsoever. And another soft Baker, that's Matt's brother, stepping up and making a big play here in a big game. Adam Kopaz to punt, number 34, looking for the right corner, kicking to Dustin Ola. Good job by number 44 for Jefferson not to clip. And Ola's going to go down there inside the 30-yard line at about the 22-yard line. Going to be 1st and 10 now.
Marking about the 19.
Okay. 19-yard line. Going to be 1st and 10 now for the Falcons. And a big stop there by the Jefferson defense.
And that's the problem Conneaut has. They got to stay out of those 3rd and long situations because showing it just so far tonight and showing it so far this year, they not that successful football team when they need to throw the ball.
Here we go, Jefferson, right up the middle, not much there at all. That's going to be the big fullback, number 36, Lemire. Number 50, Deacon Adams in on the play, the sophomore lineman for Conneaut, doing a nice job of stuffing that play. Going to bring up about 2nd and about 9.
Jefferson doing a good job there in the first quarter to get the ball into Dustin Ola's hands. He touched the ball 10 times, had 9 carries for 43 yards and the 1 catch for the 6 yards and the touchdown there. So they're sticking to their game plan and been pretty successful at it so far.
Here comes Ola around the right side, looking to go to the sidelines. He's at the 25, the 30, 35, going to be knocked out of bounds. That's a 1st down now for the Falcons.
It's like he's going to pick up about 15 or 16 yards on that carry.
Dustin Ola doing a nice job finding that right sideline. We have an update on the Lakeside game.
It's like Josh Cooper for the Lakeside Dragons on a 65-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion was no good. Puts the score Lakeside 12, Geneva 0.
Lakeside getting on top early there in the first quarter. And Jefferson looking good here at Falcon Pride Stadium. 1st and 10. Dennis in motion. A little option to him. Looked like Conneaut did a real nice job defending that. He's stuck and going to lose yardage there. 24, Brandon Hale. 22, Aaron Jocelyn in on the play.
Falcons going to go back about 7 yards, I believe, on that play.
With number 54, Kevin Keogh, number 79, Matt Tanteri. Conneaut has 2 of the best linebackers in the Northeastern Conference. And they've done a good job all year long of stuffing out that run. And they need to step up tonight and play a big, big game here and stop the Jefferson Falcon running game and force Mark Baker to throw the ball. 18, Baker with the draw to Ola. He's got a big, big hole there. Going straight up the middle. He could go all the way. He's the 40, the 30, the 20. Inside the 10, 5, 4, 3, 1, touchdown!
71 yards.
And no flags. And boy, it was like lightning struck a bottle. 71 yards. Dustin Ola, and we talk about it. They can't stop him tonight.
Yeah, like I said, you can prepare all week in practice You know, you can have one of your scout players try to beat Dustin Ola and wear the number 22 jersey, but until you get in the game situation and you actually see how quick he is and the kind of moves he has, you know, you can't really appreciate it. You can't simulate it in practice, and that the Conneaut Spartans are finding that out tonight, and they're finding out the hard way.
With 8 minutes and 58 seconds to go here in the second quarter, Jefferson ready to kick the extra point. Kick is up and good. So a big run of 71 yards from the senior tailback, number 22, Dustin Ola, here in front of the home crowd, and the fans are happy. The band's playing here. Jefferson doing all the right moves tonight so far. It's Jefferson 14, Conneaut 0. And man, that looked like he was shot out of a cannon there. Once he got a step on, there was no way they were catching him, was it?
Nice draw play. I don't think anybody really laid a hand on him. Matt Baker did a good job selling it. The offensive line did a good job selling it. And the hole opened right up the middle, and there was nobody around.
So far this evening on Friday Night Football, Jefferson jumping out on top, and the Lakeside Dragons also jumping out on top in their ball game. 14-0 here in the second quarter for the Kent State Educational Channel. 8 minutes and 58 seconds to go here in the first half. I'm Joe Pete with Brad Petro.
I think Ola is up to about 133 yards now on 11 carries and scored both of the Falcons' touchdowns.
Fantastic run by number 22. There's a squib kick going to be covered by number 75. That's Brian Stadacher, a 6'1", 230-pound junior for the Spartans. And I'm not sure I understand that too much. Giving the ball now Conneaut at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if that was planned or...
He might have just missed the ball.
Yeah, you see, if you can take a look down the middle of the field, it's a little worn out. You know, the rain we've had, and Jefferson had both, I believe, the 8th grade and possibly the freshman games played this week on this field. And they were a little concerned about it coming into tonight about, those two games really tearing up this field.
Here's Gillespie, 1st and 10, going to give the ball to Kopat. He's going to be stopped by a host of Falcons, including number 43, Brandon Beebe, another sophomore for the Falcons. He's going to lose a yard there. That play looked like it was a little bit slow developing there.
I'll tell you what, the Jefferson Falcons so far tonight look like they're very well prepared for this wing T offense.
Having a week off did not hurt their preparation time, I'm sure. 2nd and 11 now for the Spartans. They're going to run left. And again, Jefferson stacking that line of scrimmage. Number 4, Matt Mahokey, in on the play. He's coming up all the way up now. They're cheating up a little bit. Do you think maybe a little trick play, they'll throw the ball deep here a little bit?
I'll tell you what, that's one thing that, the effects of not having a very good passing game or not having to throw the ball very much this year is the defense can really play off that. And, they're putting 8 guys up in the box, and, they got the cornerbacks out there, and even the safety, Ola, is cheating up. He's less than 10 yards, from the ball when it's snapped.
Obvious passing situation here at 3rd down and 9. Gillespie going to go straight back, going deep. Looking for number 3, it's no good.
Tough play call there for the Conneaut Spartans. You got 3rd down and 9, and not many passes in their playbook, I don't think. And they had one receiver, Dan Melcher, number 3, in that pattern. That was it. Everybody else was held in the block, and basically a one-on-one situation out here. And Gillespie threw it a little bit too far out of bounds.
And number 7, Zach Dennison, on the coverage, doing a nice job there for the Falcons. Mahokey and that man, number 22, Ola, back deep for the Falcons. We got a whistle here on the snap. Let's see.
I don't see a flag.
Not sure the ball was set yet before they snapped the ball. Got to wait for the referee to put the ball in play. Jefferson jumping out big here, 14-0 with 7 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the first half. It's Adam Kopaz, number 34, punting now for Conneaut. I'm not kicking Ola here if I'm Coach Ken Parise. Ball's going to take a nice bounce now for the Spartans to about the 20-yard line, where it's going to be down there. So now Conneaut has an opportunity here to get back in this ball game. They're going to start out at their own 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
Jefferson's ball.
Excuse me, Jefferson, 1st and 10 with 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Here we go. Baker at quarterback. Here comes that count. There's Ola again. Big yards. Going to be a 1st down.
Another 10 yards, 10-plus yards. Tell you what, when this kid gets yards, he gets in chunks and chunks.
We've had very few penalties here tonight. That's a good sign of 2 well-coached teams so far. Let's hope that stays that way. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Ola at the wing. They're going to throw that little pitch to Lemire going around the left end. And he's not going to get much at all. Knocked out of bounds by number 24, or close to out of bounds, Brandon Hale. Hale did a nice job from his cornerback spot coming up and stringing that play out and making the play.
Like Lemire is going to pick up about 2 yards on that.
2nd and 8 now for the Falcons. They're up 14-0 with 6 minutes and 34 seconds now to go here in the first half. Watch Ola, number 22. There he goes, in motion. They're going to fake to him, and Baker's looking to throw. He's going to throw that ball out of bounds, intended for number 7, Zach Dennis. And probably a good decision there by the quarterback.
Yeah, Dennis was in the area. I don't think it was really meant to be catchable. Baker just getting outside and throwing that one away to save the yardage from a sack.
Pleased to have with us tonight WWOW from Conneaut, Ohio, Conneaut radio station with Nick Irochi and Mike Jocelyn doing the play-by-play, and they do an outstanding job there, and they cover all the Conneaut events. Glad to share the press box up here at Falcon Pride Stadium with those guys, and they're good guys. Jefferson, Baker going back, throwing hard right over the middle, got Dennis wide open at the 45, close to the 50-yard line. And the chains are moving now again for the Falcons.
Jefferson pretty much having at it, doing what they want to this stingy Spartan defense.
Nice throw there. The quarterback showing a lot of poise. Matt Baker, the senior. And Jefferson taking it to Conneaut so far here tonight. 14-0. 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go here in the first half. There's Ola on that counter, and he's not going to get nothing there. There's Dawson Knight, number 77, making a nice play.
Number 79, Matt Tantari as well.
And you know there's no quit in this Conneaut team. This is going to be a good ball game. Conneaut just needs to get something going on offense to get some confidence here. They really haven't done much of it at all. 2nd and 11 now for the Falcons. Comes that option pitch to Ola. Got some room around the right side, going down the right. Knocked out of bounds there. Inside the 50-yard line by Matt Kopaz, number 9.
Ola is going to be about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Nice pickup on 2nd and 11, though.
Jefferson showing that option look for the first time that we've seen so far this year, and I like that look. Anytime you can get the ball, number 22, on a one-on-one coverage there on the corner, I like it. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to do anything they can to get this kid the ball. And so far, they're doing a good job. Big 3rd down now. Let's see if Conneaut has in them. They're going in the eye now. Jefferson. Ola, 5 yards deep. He's going to run the left side. It's going to be awful close. Looks like he has the 1st down. And Jefferson, again, with another 1st down run. And again, it's the same man, number 22. Dustin Ola. Number 47, Gary Tantari. He's coming in now for the Spartans. That's Matt's brother. Gary's the junior, also plays a little tight end. Also number 60, Sean Olenschlager into the ball game now for the Spartans. Baker going straight back, got some time, throwing a bullet. It's going to be complete.
It's number 7, Zach Dennis.
Zach Dennis again making a nice catch.
155-pound sophomore.
And I love the throw there by Matt Baker. Did a nice job, had a lot of time there.
Baker had a lot of time. Offensive line doing an excellent job. The Spartans are rushing 4. The big offensive line that Baker has up front, giving him plenty of time, a lot of time to set his feet, pick the receiver he wants, and fire a BB.
Pat Nipper, number 36, checking in on the D for Conneaut. 2nd and 4 now. Here's Ola in motion, going to go left. Looks like he might want to throw it. And he does. Down the field, got a man wide open. It's complete. Number 11, Ryan Aliff, the big tight end.
Another sophomore.
Stepping up and making a big play there, and you got to like the play call there.
Tell you what, I didn't know Dustin Ola was left-handed, but I guess we do now, huh?
Looked like Conneaut got some pressure. They stuffed the play out. They just couldn't make the play, and Ola let it go, and he connected to Aliff. And we saw Aliff score a touchdown against Edgewood earlier in the year, so he's got some capable hands there. 1st and 10 now for the Falcons, going right up the middle. Lemure moving the stack forward. And Jefferson taking it to Conneaut, doing a nice job on the offensive side of the ball. And the more the Conneaut offense is off the field. Jefferson, again, like you mentioned, Brad, very well prepared here tonight with 3 minutes and 21 seconds. That extra week off, we talked about that. Conneaut had that extra week when they played Lakeside. And now here tonight, Jefferson with that extra week off. Baker under center, 2nd and 4. Dennis in motion. He's going to get the carry. He's coming right side. Great play by number 79, Matt Tenteri. Jefferson going to lose some yards there. Back now to the 25-yard line. Tenteri sniffed that play out right from the beginning.
Matt made a couple nice plays tonight so far, catching the Falcons in the backfield.
3rd down and 11 now for the Falcons. Big play. Conneaut needs a stop here badly.
For Jefferson, it's definitely 4-down territory coming up on 2 minutes to go.
Got to watch Ola here, and there he is. They're going to reverse to number 4. It's Franley. Check that, Mahokey, and he gets nothing.
Got through that little mud strip down the middle of the field there, lost his footing as he tried to make a cut upfield.
Talking to Jason Ruitt earlier in the week, he was a little bit disappointed because his 7th and 8th grade both had home games this week. I was here Monday or Tuesday, and the field was beautiful, and you could see the damage that those 2 games have done. But, you know, those guys got to play too, don't they?
Yeah.
What can you do? I understand that 7th grade team is coached by athletic director Steve Losey, who will be our halftime guest here tonight. And he's doing a nice job with that group. They're undefeated. We're going to get a timeout here now with Jefferson up 14-0, facing a long 4th and 18 with 1 minute and 57 seconds to go here in the first half.
Quick update from our stat man, George Dragon. Dustin Ola now 151 yards on 15 carries here in the first half. And he's not doing anything to hurt his 8-yard average now. 10 yards a carry tonight.
No, he's not doing anything to hurt that average. Well, it's 4th and 18 now. Jefferson is using all the tricks in their bag tonight so far. 1 minute, 57 seconds to go here in the first half. 4th and 18. Baker going to go straight back. Looking deep for Ola. That's who he's going to on the sideline. Going to be intercepted but out of bounds by Kopaz. And it's probably a good thing he didn't pick that off because they're going to get the ball now on downs with 1 minute and 48 seconds to go at the 30-yard line. If he stays in bounds, he's inside the 20, so that worked out okay for the Spartans. They're going to take over now, Conneaut. 1st and 10.
As you said, 1:48 left to go here in the first half. Jefferson out in front, 14-0.
Last year, Conneaut defeated Jefferson 28-7 at Conneaut. So far, smooth sailing for the Falcons here. Shore goes in motion. Here's Matt Kopacz, number 9, going to run the left side. Got to about the 34-yard line.
Number 11, Ryan Aliff from his linebacker spot coming up to make a nice hit there. Zach Dennis also getting in on the action.
Next week, again, Conneaut varsity. They'll be at Harvey, and that's going to be another tough ball game for the Spartans. Let's see if they're going to throw the ball a little bit here or just be content to go in 14-0. And Shore goes in motion. 2nd and 7. Here comes that sweep to the right side. Matt Kopacz is going to be stuck by the Falcons.
Number 22, Dustin Ola, coming up to make this kid does everything.
Yeah, he's unbelievable here tonight. He's a one-man wrecking crew. Clock's going to get stopped here. Timeout, I believe, taken by the Spartans. And our fearless forecast tonight from the Asheville Star-Beacon. Everybody, including John Camp, Carl Pearson, Chris Larrick, Tom Harris, Steve Goldman, Rick Firmage, and Don McCormick, the editor, they all had Conneaut tonight. And that's not really a surprise because most people thought that Conneaut was probably going to run the ball effectively tonight against Jefferson's young defense, and so far that's not the case.
Yeah, Conneaut, like I said, one of the preseason favorites, picked to win this conference this year, and the big game they defeated Lakeside and pretty much moved the ball like they wanted. They moved the ball all over the Eagles last week. Came up on the short end of that stick, but coming into tonight, you know, with that big, strong, experienced offensive line against Jefferson's young defense, you know, you would have most likely given the edge to Conneaut to be able to move the ball. But so far tonight, Falcons are very well prepared, very well coached, prepared for the Spartan team.
With a minute to go now, it's 3rd and 7. Little option now. They're going to throw it deep. Kopacz is going to be intercepted. Oh, Ola dropped it. Had it right in his hands at the 40-yard line. Ball is intended to Dan Melcher. A little trick play there by the Spartans.
I think you'll see Coach Ken Parise have this offense take a knee.
Well, it's going to be a 4th down now, and the clock is stopped with 55 seconds to go.
I thought it was 3rd down.
And a punting situation now.
Falcons are going to end up with pretty good field position here with just under a minute left to go.
You got to be careful now. You want to keep this ball away from Ola. Straight up in the air. Not a good kick. Going to take a roll and just die there at the 45-yard line. So, you know, Jefferson has 46 seconds now. And with their wide open offense, I'll tell you, these kids are pumped up now from Jefferson.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you've watched so far tonight, Matt Baker, you know, be able to throw the ball effectively. And another weapon that we haven't really seen from him so far this year is, you know, he's also their kicker. And he's shown on the 2 extra points so far tonight that, you know, he's got a pretty good foot. So they can get a little bit of yardage here, maybe get into field goal territory as the clock goes down.
Ready for action here. No TV timeouts like at the Browns game. We're ready to go. 1st and 10 Falcons at the Conneaut 45-yard line. It's Ola deep. Going to run that draw play. He's going to get inside the 40, and he's still going to the 30. Second effort there by Ola. Kept his feet moving down to the 30-yard line with 37 seconds to go. It's going to be a 1st down now. High school rules, the clock stops on 1st downs. Referee Sopchak starts play, and the clock continues to run now with 33 seconds to go and counting. Baker hurries him up for the line. Let's see if he spikes it here. No, he's going to roll out to his right, throw it to the flat. Going to be complete to Ola. He's running down the left sideline. It's going to be knocked.
You got to get a timeout
inbounds. And he got 14 yards now, and we're going to get a timeout, I believe, by the Falcons with 17 seconds to go. Down inside the 20-yard line.
It's going to be just inside. We're going to mark it about the 19.
You know, when I picked up the paper yesterday, the Star-Beacon, I'll tell you, they did an outstanding job with the photos of all 5 coaches there. You know, all 5 coaches, they laid out the scenarios. Chris Larrick did a nice job explaining all that too.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, and the best way to explain that is to wait until tomorrow and see who wins tonight, and that picture will become much, much clearer.
And I'll tell you what, as things stand right now, it could be a matchup head-to-head next week, Jefferson and Lakeside, but we still have a half to go in both games. And we're here now, and Conneaut needs desperately to stop Jefferson from getting in the end zone here and just go down 14 points, 17. So you got to watch Ola coming out of the backfield here. He lines up at that wing. There's a pop pass over the middle.
That's the
Close.
tight end, Ryan Atliff.
And it's complete. Going to be a first down and goal now for the Falcons.
It's about the 1 yard line.
He's very close to the end zone.
Tell you what, this is just a really stunned Spartan team on this side. Very quiet.
Well, it's about the 1 yard line, like you said, Brad, with 11 seconds to go here now in the first half. And this is a big play now. Jefferson up 14 points here. Unbelievable.
Not sure if they have any timeouts left or not. If you don't have any timeouts, you pretty much gotta throw the ball here with only 11 seconds left.
And then you got number 22, Dustin Ola. And it's going to be an interesting decision now for head coach Jason Root. And let's see now. It's first and goal at the 1 yard line. 11 seconds to go here in the first half. All Jefferson. Ola, number 22. They got a lineman, number 66, at fullback. It's going to be Ola right over the top. He's close to the end zone, and touchdown! Dustin Ola again smells the end zone, and Jefferson capitalizes. About a 45-yard drive now with under a minute to go in the second half. The score now is 20-0. And Jefferson getting ready for the extra point. And the Dustin Ola show continues here tonight at Jefferson Falcon Pride Stadium. And again, tonight's halftime show will be shown in its entirety after the game. For the Kent State Education Channel 29. Extra point is going to be no good, off to the left.
I think that's about the first mistake Jefferson has made so far tonight. There you see it with 7 seconds left to go in the first half. It's the Jefferson Falcons 20, the Conneaut Spartans 0.
Volleyball sectional district tournament being held here at Jefferson High School. We'll get a chance to ask Steve Losey about that. What's the schedule now for the rest of the week?
Got tomorrow's game Saturday at 2 o'clock. Be Perry versus Harvey. And then at 3:30, the Lady Falcons will take on the Eagles from Geneva.
I know Edgewood and Lake Catholic are going to match up Tuesday night also. And the winner of that game will play these two games tomorrow. And that's going to be a pretty good tournament there. It's been a good tournament so far. Jefferson parent-teacher conferences are on November 1st from 3:45 to 7 p.m. and on November 2nd from 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And again, it's all Falcons here in the first half. Jefferson 20, Conneaut 0 with 7 seconds to go in the first half. And they're definitely going to squib this one, right?
You would think.
Well, let's see. Baker does just that. It's going to be downed at about the 30-yard line.
That's number 3, Dan Melcher.
I'd like to see him pick that up there and try to run upfield, see what happens. Well, it'll give Conneaut one play here. And you got to be careful now. You got number 22 playing safety out here. You don't want to end up getting the ball in his hands at all. Probably just be good to take a knee here and try to regroup here.
Another update from our stat man, George Dragon. The Lakeside Dragons have extended their lead to 18-0 on a 23-yard touchdown pass from Olajuwon Cooper to Josh Cooper. That's his second touchdown of the night for the Dragons.
And that's the end of our first half here at Jefferson Pride Falcon Stadium, and the Falcons are standing tall here tonight as they're up 20-0. And we'll be right back with our halftime guest, Jefferson Athletic Director Steve Losey. We're back here at Jefferson Falcon Pride Stadium. Our halftime score, the home team Falcons out on top, 20, Conneaut 0. I'm happy to have with us tonight Athletic Director Steve Losey of the Jefferson Falcons. Wow, good first half for you guys tonight. What do you think?
A fantastic first half. Obviously, they're working their game plan real well, and defense is just doing an outstanding job. And you get Dustin out in the open, nobody's going to catch him.
And Dustin Ola's having an outstanding game with 3 touchdowns. That week off probably is a big thing, having that week off to prepare for a Conneaut team. That will help.
Oh, I think so. And these kids are very confident. A lot of people don't give them a whole lot of credit coming in this year, and they've gotten on a little roll. And they're excited about playing this one in Lakeside next week and a shot at possibly, winning the league.
Well, you're the athletic director here at Jefferson. You're also wearing a lot of different hats. I see you running around tonight. You're a 7th grade football coach. You're the head varsity basketball coach. You've had a volleyball tournament here this week, and that's been exciting for you and a lot of work also. Talk a little bit about that.
No doubt about it. We have an outstanding volleyball tournament here. We have some of the top teams in the state. We have Lake Catholic, who's the #1 seed. Our Jefferson Girls Falcons are #2 seed. And so far, Edgewood's #3 seed. They play Lake Catholic Saturday, and our girls play Geneva, who they've gone 1-on-1 with on Saturday. And like I said, it's a great tournament volleyball. First game starts at 2 o'clock with Edgewood and Lake Catholic. Then we have Perry and Harvey. Perry's the 4th seed, and we have them at 2 o'clock. And then our Falcon girls play at 3:30 against Geneva.
And then Tuesday night, the winner of Edgewood and Lake it's Edgewood and Lake Catholic, and 2 winners on Saturday play.
Right, and we very possibly could have 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds coming through, and then next Saturday will be the finals at 2 o'clock.
And putting together a tournament like that is a lot of work and a lot of preparation. That takes some time, doesn't it?
No doubt about it, but I have a great assistant that helps me, and Tim Miser, who helps me also as the JV basketball coach and helps me do a lot of things throughout the year, and without him, I couldn't do a lot of things I do.
Well, we talked about you being a Jefferson alumni here, and you played sports here. What are some of your fondest memories of playing here? This has got to be a dream job for you now.
Oh, yes. I get up every morning and enjoy coming to work and, wearing the red and white, or I should say red, white, and black nowadays. I'm still a red and white, but I'm a true Falcon and, enjoy my job and, winning some championships. People thought we could never compete in the NEC, and, a number of years ago we won the first championship in boys basketball in the NEC and the following year got the boys going. I mean, the girls have been dominant here year in and year out, but the boys programs are coming, and hopefully get this one tonight in Lakeside and get another championship banner.
We talked about you being the 7th grade football coach. It's another good thing that you're doing here at Jefferson. Your team's undefeated, I understand. Talk a little bit about those guys and what they've done so far this year.
Yeah, we're currently 6-0. We got one more game against Hobart, which we beat the first time around. A great group of kids, work very, very hard. We have some brothers and some kids that are out here. Our tailback is J.J. Mahokey, who scored a lot of touchdowns for us, but obviously he doesn't do it alone. We got a little Tommy Garrity, who you've heard the Garrity name year in and year out in football in Jefferson. And we got some linemen and Nick Halsell and, Myers boy, and, we go all up and down the line. But we got some real good athletes coming here, and we got a nice 8th grade group, and so, future Jefferson football is going to be real nice.
And we talk about Jefferson. We're here in week 9 in the football season. Open gym starting now for the varsity basketball team, and you're the head coach. And, we saw your teams last year. You were always in the game, did a good job. How about Double K, Kirk Happer? How's he looking, and what's in store for us for Jefferson varsity basketball this year?
Oh, I think we'll definitely be very competitive. Kirk's real excited about the year. He's been in the weight room, and, like you said, open gyms. We had a couple of those. The nights we didn't have volleyball games this week, we snuck in some open gyms. So, the gym's always busy, and, I'm not home a whole lot, which, hey, I enjoy my job, and I'm here when I can be, and I think we'll have, a real good year. You got Corey Kidder.
And you got these sophomores.
Yeah, we got the Kidder competing. I'll tell you what, I like the hands I saw on Zach Dennis here tonight, a couple of catches he made, and Matt Mahokey, and, and Matt Baker's going to play a big role for us this year. So
also, your duties as athletic director, there's a lot of things you have to do. I know me and you, we spent a lot of time on the phone the last couple of weeks. Talk about that a little bit and what your responsibilities are.
Well, basically on a Friday night, I have to get here and set up the field and make sure everything's going. Like you guys were coming here tonight, and we had the radio crew coming over, and we had parents' night tonight, so we had to get that all set up and make sure the field's operable, ready to go as best we can, and work with our boosters, who are a fantastic group. They raise probably about $25,000 a year for us for athletic equipment. So, but once you've done it for 4 or 5 years, like I have, it becomes a routine, and hey, you enjoy it. When you win on Friday night and the kids get a big smile on their face, it's all worth it.
Let's talk a little bit more about the Booster Club. We've got a great group of parents here in Boosters. They're talking about probably trying to build a new complex. Tell me about that and what else the Boosters are doing right now.
One of the Boosters projects, it's the Falcon Nest Club, and led by Jim Baker there. He's looking to build a field house out here that's also going to have a weight room in it, locker rooms for the football teams and the track and those type of people, and also have batting cages for baseball and softball out there, which would relieve some pressure out of the gyms.
We have other sports in the fall now at Jefferson High School besides football. Give us an update on what's happening with everyone in their season so far, and I know some of the seasons have ended. Give us an update on that.
Well, we have an outstanding boys and girls cross country team that I'm sure you're well aware of. They did a real nice job for us this year. They compete in the sectional tomorrow, or district tomorrow at Perry. Our girls team probably has a very good shot at going state this year. They did win the NEC. As far as the team race went, they lost a couple dual matches when they had some girls hurt. But they're going to be very competitive, and our boys team's coming off place at state last year. So, we have real strong competitive teams there. Our girls tennis team, which was in the second year of existence this year, I think finished third in the league, which did a real nice job. And our golf teams are also very, very competitive. We have Laura Osborne, who was our medalist in the girls golf competition, and Chris Childs, who's an outstanding golfer for the boys, and Tim Lebzeller and a few of those other gentlemen.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the Northeastern Conference's situation now. You have PV now leaving with the consolidation of Ashtabula and Harbor and the Lakeside. Now you're down a couple teams. What do you think is going to happen, and what do you think the best situation is for the Jefferson Falcons?
Obviously, it'd be a difficult situation for us and Edgewood and Conneaut. We're sort of stuck, in the middle of everybody, size-wise and everything else. I think the ideal situation would be for us in the pack. Whether that ever happens, I don't know. My basketball schedule, I play every team in the pack except North. And we're not afraid to play them. So I think that would be the ideal situation. Whether that ever occurs, I don't know. We have tried to reach out to some other schools and see what would happen. But right now, we're going to go with what we have, which is the 6 teams, and there are great rivalries there, and maybe obviously have to pick up some more independents.
Well, you talk about Jefferson High School, and a famous alumni comes to my mind and the area's mind is Matt Hatchett, played quarterback here for Joe Kearney several years back. Now he's currently a wide receiver in the National Football League for the New York Jets. I understand he comes back here and he's very supportive of the community and your programs. Give us a little update on him and what he's doing.
Matt's out there with the Jets. Not getting as much playing time right now as he would hope, but he'll stick with it. He's a very, like you said, a competitor. We're going to try to set something up this winter. He always does come back in the winter to see a basketball game or two, and we're going to set up something and retire his uniform. Because I think it's a real honor for him to be playing professional sports, and he does. He does some things in the summer. We have a golf outing with him in the summer and those type of things. He'll go and tell you, hey, I came from Jefferson High School, and he's very proud of it.
That's great, Coach Losey. On behalf of the Kent State Educational Channel tonight, we're happy to have you, and thank you for being our halftime guest. And good luck to you guys the rest of the year, and we'll be seeing you on the basketball court soon.
That'll be great. We really appreciate you guys being here. It's great for the kids, great for the community, and everybody around.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We're back here at Jefferson Falcon Pride Stadium. Halftime score, Jefferson 20, Conneaut 0. Let's take a look at our first half recap.
First half scoring, it was Jefferson getting on the board first with 3:44 to go in the first quarter. It was Matt Baker on a 6-yard touchdown pass to Dustin Ola. Baker added the extra point to make the score. Jefferson 7, Conneaut 0. And then in the second quarter with 8:58 to go, it was Dustin Ola through the middle on a 71-yard touchdown run. The Matt Baker kick made it Jefferson 14, Conneaut 0. And then just before half, with 7 seconds to go, it was Dustin Ola on a 1-yard touchdown run. The extra point by Baker was no good. That gives us our halftime score of Jefferson 20, Conneaut 0. First half stats for the Conneaut Spartans. Matt Kopaz, 3 carries for only yards. Adam Kopaz, 5 carries for 6 yards. Joe Shore, 3 carries for 30 yards. The quarterback, Dan Gillespie's been sacked 3 times for negative 21 yards and only 1 of 3 passing for 13 yards. Dan Melcher was on that catch for the 13-yard reception. For the Falcons, the story has been Mr. Ola. Dustin Ola carries 18 times for 173 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's had 3 receptions for 28 yards and the other touchdown. And just for good measure, he was 1 of 1 passing for 21 yards. The quarterback, Matt Baker, 7 of 11 for 64 yards. Very efficient first half. The big fullback, Tom Lemire, 5 carries for 14 yards. On the receiving end of Baker's passes, Zach Dennis, 2 catches for 23 yards. Nate Franley with 1 catch for 10 yards. And Ryan Aliff, the big catch over the middle right at the end of the first half for 11 yards. And that's our statistical wrap up of the first half, and as you can see by the stats, it's been all Falcons on the scoreboard and all Falcons in the stat book.
And you got to give Jefferson's defense a lot of credit. Their linebackers, especially number 11, Ryan Aliff, and number 36, Tom Lemire, and number 43, the monster back, Brandon Beebe, doing an outstanding job. And Dustin Ola, you might as well call him a linebacker tonight because he's lining up almost at the line of scrimmage, as again we talked about at Jefferson. Not shying, putting 8, 9 guys up at the line and saying, Conneaut, if you want to beat us, you're going to have to throw the football. And so far, Conneaut has failed to throw the ball.
Yeah, they've only attempted 3 passes, like we just said, but Jefferson, that's exactly what they're doing. They're just putting 8 guys up in the box and really teeing off on Conneaut's wing tee offense. You know, they're not being fooled one bit by the deception that the wing tee is supposed to create for defense, and you know, basically, like you said, they're just saying, you know, if you're going to move the ball on us tonight, you're going to have to do it through the air because we're going to stack this line of scrimmage, and you know, we're going to force you to throw the ball. And you know, as we see the quarterback, number 15, Dave Gillespie, warming up here to start the second half, you know, maybe Conneaut's going to have to abandon the game plan a little bit and come out throwing the ball. They're going to have to do something to try to get back in this game. Down 20 points. There's
no doubt they're going to have to throw the ball a little bit here, and probably more than a little bit, probably often. And again, we talked about Dustin Ola, 170 yards, the touchdowns. The big 71-yard draw play was a backbreaker there for the Falcons, for the Spartans in the first half, and just an explosive run by number 22.
You know, Conneaut's going to get the ball to start the first half, or the second half, and they're definitely going to have to come out and be productive on this first drive to try to stem some of this momentum away from the young Falcons.
Talking to Reese this week, he knew that they had to stop number 22 in practice. He stressed it and stressed it and stressed it, and so far they just haven't done a good job of doing that. Here's number 3, Melcher, going around the right side. Going to be knocked down past the 30-yard line.
Almost out to the 35. While we get going here in the second half, we have a halftime update in Geneva. It's all Dragons as they lead the Eagles 24-6 at the half.
So as of right now, looks like we might have a matchup next week at Granary Field with Jefferson taking on Lakeside for all the marbles. Conneaut, 1st and 10 now here at Falcon Pride Stadium. Here's Gillespie to Shore, going around the left side. Got some room, 1 man to beat. And Joe Shore did a nice job, number 89, running that buck sweep.
Tackle by number 22, Dustin Ola. As you mentioned, next week as well, we will also be in action next week. We'll be at Gerald Corlew Stadium to watch the Eagles and the Warriors do battle.
Be interesting to see what happens tonight in the PV Edgewood game, and see if Edgewood can put 4 solid quarters together and get some confidence heading into that big matchup against Geneva next week. Definitely Edgewood could play with Geneva. Here comes Gillespie, run a little option. Not really running very hard though. Too many side steps there. Got to tuck that ball under and put your head down and get that first down.
Yeah, that's one thing as a quarterback. It's your job to get out there and make the decision. And you're either going to pitch the ball or you're going to run it. But once you commit to run the ball, that's what you got to do.
But he does pick up the first down. My bad. And that's what Conneaut needs to do here. They need to get some points on this first drive, or it could be a long night now for the Spartans. Here's the Spartans in that wing tee. Number 9, Matt Kopaz, running straight up the middle. See if Conneaut comes out in that unbalanced line, which we saw them practice this week. Kopaz picked up 1. And it looks like they aren't in that unbalanced. It's going to be unbalanced right here. Gillespie got nowhere to go. He's going to be sacked. Down back to the 38-yard line, and again, a very slow developing play.
Gillespie just really looks like he's unsure of what he's doing back there. I mean, not getting his feet set, not looking downfield. He's more concerned with the pressure that's coming up from Jefferson.
Going to force Conneaut into deep, long third and swim. They got some momentum going here. They're going to face a big 3rd and 16 now with 9 minutes and 49 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Conneaut needs to make something happen. Number 3, Dan Melcher, split out left. There goes Shore in motion. Going to be that draw play, and nothing there again. It's Adam Kopaz, and he is stuffed. Number 64, Tim McCune, on the play. Nose tackle, the senior, did a nice job for the Falcons as he goes off the field. Going to bring up a punting situation now for Conneaut, 4th and 16. Adam Kopaz, and you know who's back there. Matt Mahokey also back. They're going to kick right to Ola. Ball comes loose. He's going to jump on it, I believe. And down about the 40-yard line. A little surprised there that they kicked the ball right to Ola in that situation.
And the punter, Adam Kopaz, so far tonight struggled a little bit with the yardage on the punts, and I think more or less concerned now with just trying to back Jefferson up as much as they can. And
it's going to be Falcons ball again, starting in very good field position here tonight. And it seems like Jefferson's been either in good field position or in Conneaut field position at their side of the 50 all night long. And again, watch out for number 22 here. There's that fullback dive. That's Lemire.
Lemire, just a quick hitter up the middle, going to pick up 5 quick yards.
Jefferson offensive line, Brian Stainfield, number 53, number 77, Tim Roberts, getting a nice push there along with the center. He's only a freshman, Garrett Nash, number 61.
Yeah, the whole front 6, including the tight end Ryan Aliff, for the Falcons, as well as both wideouts, are all underclassmen.
The only 3 seniors now for Jefferson. That's the quarterback, Ola and Lemire. That's Baker, the quarterback. There's Lemire again. And he got about maybe a yard. Going to bring up 3rd and about 3 now for the Falcons. Conneaut needs to create a turnover here, I believe, and get some momentum now, because the more Jefferson runs this football, the more the clock is going against the Spartans here. We're under 8 minutes to go now in the third quarter, and just like that, Jefferson in no hurry, obviously up 20 points here. 3rd and about 3. Ola in the wing to the left side. See where he goes. Baker going to drop straight back. Looking for Ola on the flat, the right side. He's got it complete. He's running down the sideline, going to be knocked down.
Number 34, Adam Kopaz.
About the 27-yard line. A nice pickup there. And, wow.
Wide open coming over the middle. Not too sure how you can let that guy get that wide open, but with his speed, it's very possible that Someone just couldn't keep up with them.
Jefferson again doing a nice job as they start out taking it to Conneaut once again here tonight.
Baker doing an excellent job so far this evening throwing the football.
Baker looking very poised and composed out there for the Falcons. 1st and 10. There's Lemire again. Nice chunk of change there. Host of Conneaut defensive players in on the tackle. That's number 54, Kevin Kehoe for the Spartans.
Jefferson just running it right at him. A lot of Conneaut defenders in on those tackles, but you know, you're tackling them 5 yards downfield. You can't give up that much yards on a fullback dive right up the middle at you.
And the clock continues to run here. About 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's all Falcons tonight. Baker, little delay here to Ola. He's going to get stuck backwards. Matt Tenteri and number 60, Sean Olenschlager, filled that hole rather quickly for the Spartans. Bring up a 3rd down now for Jefferson inside Conneaut territory. And they've been there a lot tonight. Conneaut needs to know again where number 22, Dustin Ola, is at all time. And watch out for number 7, Zach Dennis, having quite a fine game, the sophomore receiver for the Falcons. Very impressive tonight. Like a well-oiled machine. Watch this shovel pass to Ola. There it is. They got it stuffed out, but Ola going around the right side. Going to be short of the 1st down. And Conneaut not fooled there, but Ola still makes something out of nothing. He's going to be a couple yards short of that 1st down. Let's see where they mark it. About the 23-yard line, going to bring up about 4th. What do you think, 4, 5?
4th and about 5 or 6. Looks like
definitely in 4-down territory now.
Like Baker was trying to prod Coach Rue a little bit there to try to attempt a field goal. The way they're throwing the ball tonight, I don't see why they don't go that direction.
Let's watch number 7, Dennis, going over the middle here. There he is. He's wide open. Baker's going to be hit. Good pressure there by number 60, Olenschlager. Ball's going to be incomplete, but you know, Zach Dennis ran a nice little pattern there in the middle, kind of stopped, and he was wide open. I don't think Baker had him. It's going to bring up a 4th down, or Conneaut's going to take over now on downs. And we're here at Jefferson Falcon Pride Stadium. 5 minutes and 19 seconds to go. Beautiful night and a great crowd here as cameraman Frank Vaccarello scans the crowd, ready for action here. 1st down and 10. There's that sweep to Adam Kopaz. Broke out a little bit, but he's going to be stuffed again. Jefferson stacking up the line of scrimmage.
Nice big hit there in the backfield by number 36, the senior Tom Lemire. Forgot to wrap a little bit though, and Kopaz was able to break it out and make some positive yards out of it.
Well, let's see if Conneaut's going to try to throw the ball a little bit here. We talked about Jefferson's got 8 guys in the box right now. Close to 9. Here's Conneaut throwing. Complete. Short pass now to Melcher. A little slant in there, trying to break something for the Spartans. Gillespie had a little mustard on that ball, threw a nice pass, but Jefferson was right there to make the tackle. You got to try to extend the field a little bit, I think, and try to hit a little 15 or 20-yard route just to get these guys off the line of scrimmage, because we looked at last play. There was 8, 9 guys right up in the box.
And Jefferson's going to keep them there and until you force them to pull them out. And, you know, when you got 10 guys in the backfield there like the Spartans do, the one wide out, there's no reason for Jefferson to extend the defense at all.
Matt Kopaz, number 9, the senior running back, finding the yards tough to get here now. It's going to bring up a 4th down situation inside the 40-yard line, about the 32-yard line of Conneaut. Let's see what they do. Looks like they might go for it here. And it's going to be 4th and short. Let's see. See if they try to draw them off sides. They do actually go for it. A little confusion in the backfield.
Gillespie setting up for a...
Going to be a false start now on Conneaut. They were really unsure of what they were doing.
Gillespie was trying to direct the traffic back there to set up his backs, like I was about to say, for the play that they had called. Looked like a little bit of confusion, and a couple of linemen started moving, and the center didn't snap the ball.
Big mistake now from the Spartans, going to bring up a punting situation. And again, we talked about it. Jefferson going to get the ball back in excellent field position here.
That's only the second penalty of the night. Both of them have been on the Spartans.
Clock.
Two penalties for 10 yards.
Clock is winding down here. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Good snap. Shanked a little bit to the right side. Going to take a roll. Let's see if Ola picks it up. He doesn't. It's going to be down there by Hale at the 38-yard line. Jefferson going to take over now. 1st and 10, and Jefferson's in really good position now, up 20 points with the ball. 2 minutes and 56 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And the fans here are lined up, especially on the Jefferson side, all the way around. They're 2 or 3 deep. Good to see the people come out and support these kids here tonight. The kids all doing a good job. Both teams here are very well coached, and these kids are all good kids. A lot of sportsmanship out here tonight. 1st and 10 Falcons. There's Ola going to take the pitch. He's going to the right side, waiting for a block set up. He's going to be hit pretty hard, fall forward for a couple of yards. Tackle made by number 37, Jim Gill. 5'10", 173-pound junior. Making a nice play as number 44 comes out. So Conneaut doing some substituting here now in the third quarter. 44, Nate Zawowski coming out of the game. Matt Kopass going to check Zach Dennis over on the right side here. Jefferson now 2nd and 7. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
It's Jefferson now with an unbalanced line left.
And Jefferson going to run that dive play to, not sure if that was Lemire.
Like number 8, Abe Woodard.
Abe Woodard, sophomore, 175-pound, again, another sophomore. How about Jefferson's future? We talked about that. This is going to be a team to reckon with now in the Northeastern Conference for the next few years. And, you know, you're talking about 7th and 8th grade teams. They're doing a great job here also. Jefferson got a lot to be proud of. Their whole community is out here tonight supporting this football team. Got a little chili cook-off here before the game. Stats guru George Dragon able to taste some of the chili. Said it was outstanding. Ola up the middle.
It's all right. We didn't want any.
Ola going to be short of that first down, getting up a little slowly here. Can you blame the guy?
His shoe came off. That's why.
Yeah.
It must be something in them shoes. He's got those shoes. I don't know if you can see them. Somebody got a can of gold spray paint or something, and there's a couple of them kids tonight wearing gold shoes.
Dustin Ola has got a very, very good chance of being the player of the year here in not only the county, Northeastern Conference, but also all of Ashtabula County. He's not hurting his chances tonight.
Now 20 carries for 174 yards, another 5 catches for 43 yards. I'll tell you, there's a guy out in Lakeside, Mr. Cooper, who may have something to say about that. But
4th and 4. Going to be a punting situation now. Pretty good punt there from Kopaz. From Jefferson. And Conneaut's going to get the ball back now. And not very good field position here, Brad. Really not much we can say about Conneaut's offense here tonight. They really haven't shown us too much. Jefferson, again, not to be repetitive, but they just are stacking that line of scrimmage and daring them to throw. And I like to see Gillespie throw the ball a little bit here. Maybe a little screen or a little out pattern. Maybe throw the ball to one of your running backs. Just get something going here through the air. Your running game really has been shut down tonight.
They're really not able to do anything successfully tonight against this Falcon defense to move the ball, sustain any type of drive.
Conneaut coming out in that wing tee, 1st and 10. There's a fake. Looks like Shore going on the left side. They go out of bounds by knocked out of bounds by number 7, Zach Dennis. Joe Shore doing a nice job there on first down. Got about 7, going to be 2nd and 3 now with 12 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Clock is stopped because he went out of bounds. Conneaut needs to break a big play here, do something, get some kind of confidence, get that momentum back in their favor because time is running out here on the third quarter. Gillespie going to throw, and he had a lot of time, but he got stuffed by number 50, going to be sacked. That's Nick Aliff, the junior. Nick Aliff doing an outstanding job here tonight for the Falcons, and again, Gillespie looked like he had a little bit of time, but just unsure of what he wanted to do.
A little bit of time. It looked like they only had one receiver out in the pattern, and Gillespie didn't take very deep of a drop, and it was only a matter of time before the Falcons were able to get a little bit of push on that line and basically push his guys back into him and force them to try to tuck the ball down and make a move, and the Falcons come up with another sack.
Get a good look here at the Conneaut Spartan marching band. I'll tell you what, they got a lot of kids on this band. There's the drill team. Look at those trumpets. I think Frank Vaccarello played the piccolo or the flute or something over at Riverside. He was there marching in the alumni homecoming a few weeks back, and I said it poured so hard, got his clothes all wet. But, you know, Frank does an excellent job here at Kent State, public relations man. And we really enjoy these band shows, Brad. All Jefferson so far here through 3 quarters. And again, you know, Conneaut facing that long third down situation, 3rd and 9. And this is a big shocker here, I got to be honest. A lot of people thought that Conneaut was going to be able to run the ball and have their way tonight. And give Jason Root, Coach Jason Root, the first-year coach who actually played for Ken Parise at Pymatuning Valley, give him a lot of credit and his staff for a very nice game plan. Did a good job. And I'll tell you what, Ken Parise and his staff did an excellent job also. It's just a matter of, you know, talking to Coach Parise, he knew exactly what they were going to do tonight. It's just a matter of it's been hard to stop. And their offense just has not been able to do the job here tonight. And you got to give Jefferson credit for that.
Yeah, you can plan and try to devise a way to, you know, to stop a player or put your game plan into effect, but the bottom line is you got 11 guys out there and they got 11 guys out there, and you still got to go out and execute. And so far tonight, Jefferson has been more successful than Conneaut. As we saw the last play there, that's the 5th time that Gillespie's been sacked tonight by the Falcons. Minus 30 yards in that category tonight.
3rd and 9, Gillespie back to throw. He's got a lot of time. Ball's loose. He's sacked. Let's see who picks it up.
They're going to call an incomplete pass. Not too sure about that call, but the referee was standing about 3 yards away, so.
Anyhow.
Still, again, I'm not too sure. You know, his drops, it only looks like he's taking 3-step drops. And, you know, when you take a 3-step drop, that's supposed to be a quick-hitting pass. And he's holding the ball too long, allowing the Falcons to really get some pressure on him.
Matt Mahokey, number 4, back deep. And Dustin Olaw, number 22. Kopaz ready to punt. Good snap. Pretty good punt this time. Let's see if Olaw takes it. It's going to bounce around a little bit about the 50-yard line, where it's going to be downed by the Spartans.
Looks like Olaw was limping a little bit there.
Over 200 all-purpose yards now for the senior, number 22. And, you know, he's really stepped up, and seniors do step up, and he's done a great job here tonight. You know, there's no way that kid's coming out of this game tonight. I'll tell you right now, they're going to have to take him to a stretcher to
perfect night to do it, as we're in before the game. Tonight was senior night here for the Falcons. They honored all the fall sport seniors as well as the band members and their parents.
Jefferson going to start off 1st and 10. Here's Ola on the eye. Might have got a couple.
Deacon Adams, number 50, and Kevin Kehoe, number 54, also on the assist for the Spartans.
Ola really limping back to the huddle.
Yeah, Ola's in bad shape now. They need to get him out of there. Not sure if Coach Root sees that yet, but I know Dustin's not going to tell anybody.
Looked like he got a little banged up earlier on Conneaut's last punt. Excuse me, Jefferson's last punt. Covering the punt, got knocked around pretty good.
2nd and 8 now for the Falcons. Inside Conneaut territory once again. They're going to go straight up the middle. That's Tom Lemire again, the fullback. Might have got 3 yards now. Going to bring up a 3rd down. Bring up a 3rd down, about 6 now. Conneaut needs a turnover desperately here. And Jefferson obviously in no hurry here. They're going to let the play clock run down. 10 minutes here, 10 minutes and 14 seconds to go in this ball game. Kent State Educational Channel. This game will also be shown tape delayed Sunday at 7 p.m. Look for that reverse. It's going to be a fake. No, it's not. Dennis is going to be stuffed. Sean Owenschlager spelled out that play. Brad did a nice job there.
Jefferson, has ran that play a couple times tonight, and haven't been too successful lately running it. Conneaut's been able to get a push up field, and it helps to know that if you're a Spartan defender, that Jefferson's pretty much going to be running the ball here. Conneaut looking to get it back. 4th down and 11 for the Falcons.
Conneaut's rushing a lot of guys. They want to get that punt. They can't do it. Pretty good punt. Jefferson going to down that ball about the 31-yard line, 32-yard line.
Number 4, Brandon Hale for the Spartans, doing a little bit of hitting out there. Just running around looking for someone to hit.
The long snapper for Jefferson on their punts. Surprise, Dustin Ola, number 22. Kid does it all. Just a great all-around athlete. Can't say enough about him here tonight. There he is at safety. Conneaut down 20. Running a little counter to Kopaz, and nothing there again. Number 80 doing a nice job there. It's Chris Walter, the senior. One of very few seniors. They only have 6 on the team for the Falcons. And it's been all Jefferson here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Under 9 minutes to go here in the ball game. Conneaut just can't get anything going offensively. Joe Shore goes in motion to the right. Gillespie rolling out. Got some pressure. Going to throw it complete. It's a fumble.
Going to be a flag on the play. Probably going to be holding on the Spartans where that was thrown.
Jefferson picking up that fumble, number 11. That's Aliff.
Falcons will definitely decline that penalty.
Ryan Aliff picking up the fumble. Let's see here. What could be holding. And you're exactly right. Jefferson's going to take over on downs.
Interception. Or a fumble, excuse me.
1st and 10 now for the Falcons again. What can you say? It's been all Jefferson here tonight.
First turnover of the game, and couldn't have come at a worse opportunity for, second for, couldn't have come at a worse opportunity for the Spartans, having trouble getting something going as it is, and then to turn the ball over that deep in their own territory.
8 minutes and 30 seconds to go now in the ball game, and Jefferson probably going to keep it on the ground here, try to keep the clock moving, getting some first downs. New running back in. Let's see who that is.
It's number 4, Matt Mahokey.
Mahokey in.
Ola getting a much-needed breather.
Jefferson putting in some substitutions here now.
If this game ends the way it's going right now, this sets up a showdown next week with the Lakeside Dragons, who have just extended their lead to 30-6 over the Geneva Eagles on a 2-yard touchdown run by quarterback Elijah Cooper, and the 2-point conversion was no good. Dragons with 5 touchdowns on the evening.
Oh, nice play in there. Conneaut, that's Gary Tantari, number 47. Stuffed that play at the line of scrimmage. Jefferson may have lost one. Clock continues to run with under 8 minutes to go. We're the Kent State Educational Channel. I'm Joe Pete with Brad Petro. We're here at Jefferson Pride Stadium. And it's all Jefferson Falcons here tonight. Again, my play-by-play partner Brad Petro mentioned next week Jefferson will go to Canary Field and take on the Lakeside Dragons for the Northeastern Conference Championship. Baker going to roll out, trying to get to that first down marker. Let's see if he can. Going to be very close.
Baker doing a good job realizing there, hey, if I can't get this first down, at least I'm going to do is stay in bounds and keep the clock moving, and made the cutback upfield there. Quarterback usually wants to take that all the way to the sidelines and get out of bounds, and I think Coach Root a little upset there that looked like one of the Spartans came in with a late hit, especially on the quarterback there. Coach doesn't want to see that happen. And
that was 77. Dawson Knight coming in just a little bit late. Pretty close. Referee was right there, so obviously he didn't think it was. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2 situation. Got a stop in the action here for some unknown reason. Referee's looking to set the ball here. And
Baker let it run down to the last second. And the Falcons call a timeout there. Baker himself looked a little upset. They're going to attempt a field goal here. Baker changing his shoe over there. He is the kicker, and the old-fashioned style, the straight-on kicker, where you put they get a square-toed shoe, and it'll be about a 30-yard field goal attempt, it looks like, when we come back.
Cleveland Browns had a tough game last week against Cincinnati. They're going to be home against the arch-rival Baltimore Ravens. We're going to be there.
Doesn't get any easier.
What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you, to beat the Ravens, you got to be able to move the football, and right now their running game's not doing that well. James Jackson been a little banged up and wasn't able to run very effectively last week against the Bengals. And quarterback Tim Couch, at times this year has shown has some success moving the ball through the air, so they're going to need to mix it up and just try to move the ball against the Ravens any way they can.
Baker ready to attempt this field goal. 35-yard attempt. Good snap. Hold is up. Kick is straight to the right. It is no good. And the snap did look like it came back a little bit too hard there. And Baker definitely had the distance, but he just shanked to the right. So Conneaut going to get another chance here on the offensive side of the ball. Let's see if they can capitalize. They have 6 minutes and 1 second to go here in the fourth quarter. Going to be 1st and 10, and they're starting down way down at the 20-yard line. And the Conneaut offense has been a step slow all night here tonight. Looks like they're in a throwing formation here. Gillespie dropped back, taking a lot of time. He's being chased, running out of the pocket. He's going to be hit and taken down. 64, Tim McCune coming from his nose guard position to make that play.
Number 7, Zach Dennis, also coming up and getting in on the action.
Tim McCune, the senior nose tackle for the Falcons, has been all over the ball tonight, did a nice job. And again, you said number 7, Zach Dennis, for a sophomore. He stepped up big tonight, played well. Second and 10 now for Conneaut. Little counter, little reverse. Looks like Aaron Jocelyn, number 22, had a big hole there for a second, but it closed quickly. Clock continues to run. 5 minutes to go now in the ball game. It's all Jefferson. Jefferson 20, Conneaut 0. Senior night coming out very successful for the Falcons here in front of a beautiful crowd. I think they closed down all Jefferson here tonight for this ball game. Great crowd. We've had great crowds all year. As Gillespie goes back to throw, got a man open.
Number 34, Adam Kopaz on the receiving end of that little pop pass. Looks like it's going to be enough to move the chains.
Good three-step drop that time by Gillespie. Hit Kopaz right in the numbers. Conneaut just unable to break a long one there. That's what they're trying to do, that quick hitter. But, you know, defensively, Jefferson, their defensive backs doing a nice job. Gillespie going to do some faking and running. Got a block. To about the 47-yard line, 48-yard line. Did a nice job that time. Got picking up another first down for the Spartans. Clock is stopped now with 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Conneaut's probably their best drive of the ball game so far. See if they can keep it going here and get some points on the board. And that wing T offense. Another quick pass. That's Joey Shore. Nice job. Inside the 40 to 35. Knocked out of bounds. Good job now by Conneaut. 4 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Conneaut driving now inside Jefferson territory for the first time in a long time tonight. Gillespie going to give a fake. Got some time going for that screen to Kopaz. Big angle over there. He got a block. Going down the right side.
Nice play out there by number 43, Brandon Beebe. Play looked like it was going to go for some big yardage, and Beebe able to fight through the blocks and make the tackle.
I like the play call there by Conneaut coach Ken Parise, offensive coordinator Rob Ager, defensive coordinator Bill Lips, Joel Taylor, the baseball coach, also on the staff, as is Bob Lundeen and Roy Nurka. Gillespie looking deep, looking for Melcher. Oh, almost had him near the goal line, just a little bit overthrown. Melcher stretched out and made a great play, great attempt. Just came up a little bit short.
Gillespie threw a nice ball there on the deep route. Led Mr. Melcher a little bit too much. It's like Conneaut's going to take a timeout. Excuse me, Jefferson.
3 minutes and 33 seconds here in the ball game. Conneaut, their best offensive series of the night here. What do you think about the Ohio State Buckeyes playing San Diego State this week?
Don't know much about San Diego State, but you know, from history, this is a game that the Buckeyes should win and probably should win easily. But you know, the problems they're having at quarterback and moving the football themselves, I guess nothing's coming easy to them this year.
Got a chance to take in the Northwestern game on ESPN a couple weeks ago at Columbus Stadium. They renovated the whole place, and there was 105,000 fans there. Just a great atmosphere. Ohio State did a nice job, and they had that disappointing loss to Wisconsin last week. And Steve Belisari, it's unbelievable that Coach Jim Tressel is stuck with him so far this year. He's just not having a good season at all. But tomorrow, San Diego State, let's hope he does a better job. And the Conneaut Spartans have the ball now at the 30-yard line of Jefferson. 3rd and 4 with 3 minutes and 33 to go here. Gillespie, throw it out in the flat. It's going to be complete to Joe Shore. Got him first down. And a nice pickup there by the Spartans. And they're going to reset the ball, and clock is running. Conneaut now hurrying up to the line of scrimmage now with 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Gillespie back. A lot of time going over the middle. Oh, had a man, Melcher, wide open. Threw it a little bit too far.
He had number 80, Mr. Chris Walter, right in his face when he released that ball.
We've called number 80, Chris Walter's name, quite a lot here tonight. He's done a good job also for the Falcon defense. Last game at home for the senior, going out on a winning note. Second and 10 now for the Spartans. A lot of pressure from the Falcons. A little quick pass now. It's Adam Kopaz, I believe, 34. Clock is still running, so he did not. We got a flag down, Brad, down on the right sideline. That's from the side judge, Bob Lundeen. Let's see what we have here. The clock now is stopped. Let's wait for the official signal. Legal man downfield now for Conneaut.
It's pretty tough to do on a quick hitting pass like that.
Well, they're going to take Conneaut back now. All the way down to the 30-yard line. Bring up about second and 15 now for the Spartans. Gillespie straight back to pass. He's going to roll to his right. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds by Tom Lemire, the senior, number 36. Great pursuit angle by the senior linebacker. And Lemire's had an excellent game here tonight. And all of Jefferson's seniors have played a big, big part in tonight's winning ball game. Clock still running now. 3rd and 14 with 2 minutes and 21 seconds to go. Gillespie going to go deep. There's Melcher. Got him open, but no good.
Zach Dennis on the coverage for the Falcons.
Melcher looked like he had a step there. Ball overthrown once again tonight. There's no quitting this Conneaut Spartan football team.
4th and 14.
Fourth and 14 now, again, as Brad mentioned. Gillespie obviously going to throw it. Let's see. He's going to roll. He's got some open territory here, going down the left sideline. Going to pick up that first down, or it's close. Let's see. And obviously he has the first down. Conneaut now knocking at the door, but it's a little bit late here. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go. First and 10 Spartans. Comes big Matt Kopaz, number 9, running the buck sweep to the right. Going to pick up a few.
Kopaz running a little bit east and west too much. Got to get it turned up, run north and south. Minute 38 to go. Get a timeout on Conneaut, I believe.
Well, Conneaut, like to see them get in the end zone here. Let's see if they can do that.
As I'm sure the Falcons would like to keep them out of the end zone and preserve a nice little shutout to cap off a very well-played, well-coached game tonight by the Falcons.
This is a big win now for Jefferson's program here. Head coach Jason Root in his first year really been a difference maker here in this Northeastern Conference race. Got to give him a lot of credit here tonight, and his coaching staff once again for their game plan. And Conneaut here has a nice little drive, but it's a little bit too late. Conneaut could have used a little more of this type of quick passes here, I believe, in the first half.
Yeah, we got a chance to see Jefferson earlier in the season. You know, they started the season 0-3 and came to Edgewood, and you know, it looked like the Warriors had them beat, and the Falcons came back in that football game and won that game, and really seemed to turn the corner with that victory. You know, I don't know if the kids got some confidence going, and you know, they ran off 3 of the next 4.
2nd and 10, Gillespie going to the end zone. Got a man wide open. Touchdown, Conneaut Spartans, Matt Kopaz, number 9. And there will be no shutout here this evening. And Gillespie did a nice job there. Dropped back nicely, waited patiently, had Kopaz wide open in the end zone for the Conneaut touchdown.
1 minute, 32 seconds.
Now let's see if they go for 2 here. I think that. Now your score, Jefferson 20, Conneaut 6, lining up for that 2-point conversion. Gillespie going to take the 3-step drop, throw a quick pass, got a man, Adam Kopaz. Point is good. So Conneaut gets on the board here with 1 minute and 32 seconds to go in this ball game. Makes our score Jefferson 20, Conneaut 8. And you know we're going to see an onside kick here, Mr. Petro.
I would think so.
Mike Anthony is the Conneaut place kicker, and he is an outstanding place kicker. I watched him in practice this week, and he boomed 35-yard field goals, 40-yard field goals with little effort. Let's see if Conneaut can recover this onside kick. You know Jefferson's going to have their hands guys up here on the 50-yard line. There's Zach Dennis right in the middle of the field. Conneaut going to go all to the right side, going to kick it to the right. Nice bounce. Oh, Conneaut recovers the ball.
I believe Conneaut touched that ball before it went 10 yards.
I don't see a flag, though. Coach Jason Root very, very unhappy on the sidelines. It was close.
The official where he's standing, it's about 8 yards from the spot of the kick. He's got to know there that the ball did not go 10 yards. And that's exactly what the referee says. Is Conneaut touched it prior to it going 10 yards. Jefferson ball right there.
Looks like they got the right call out there, and that's important. Nice kick, though, by Anthony. Now we have 1 minute and 22 seconds to go here in the ball game. Conneaut now with their 8 points. Looks like Jefferson's just going to take a knee. And that's what they're going to do as Baker drops to one knee. And time is just going to run. I believe that's Conneaut's last time out of the evening. So all bets are now on week's ball game at Canary Field, Ashtabula, Ohio. There'll be a tremendous crowd at Canary Field next week for all the marbles. Jefferson going to go there and take on the Lakeside Dragons for all the marbles.
It's like Conneaut now putting in their second string unit.
You got to give Conneaut credit here tonight. They played hard. They played clean. They're very well coached also. They just had a hard time stopping number 22. It's pretty much what we talked about in the beginning of the game. It all came down to whether or not you could stop Ola. And they just had a hard time doing that tonight. You got to give Ola all the credit in the world. Baker just going to walk around, get that knee. Better watch he doesn't get his head taken off doing that.
I'll tell you, as you were talking about Mr. Ola, I'm sure he'd be the first person to give credit to the guys up front. Once again, talk about those guys. The tackle, big Bill Malish, guard Nick Aliff, the center, the freshman Garrett Nash, the guard Tim Roberts, the other tackle Brian Stainfield, and the tight end Ryan Aliff. And like I said, I'm sure if you talk to Dustin, that'd be one of the first things out of his mouth is, you know, all his success is not possible without giving credit to those guys up front.
No doubt about that. And Dustin Ola, number 22, is a great football player. It's going to be a good matchup next week. Like you said, Josh Cooper brings game every week.
You're going to see, you know, in my opinion, the two premier running backs, not only in the Northeastern Conference, but in all of Ashtabula County.
Here's a snap. Baker going to take a knee, and that clock's just going to run now with a minute to go. They're going to have to snap it one more time.
Tell you what, Baker better take a knee a little bit quicker and get back up on his feet.
Clock continues to run now here at Jefferson Falcon Pride Stadium. And the Jefferson fans starting to get up on their feet and cheer. This is a big win here now for the Falcons. We get a good shot now of the fans, and they're excited here. This is going to be party time now here in Jefferson, Ohio. Let's see if we get a delay game now on the Falcons. And that's what we're going to have. So they're going to have to snap it one more time, and then it'll be over, Brad.
Yeah, like you said, what a great victory for this Falcon program. You know, these young kids, as we alluded to before, 4 seniors that start for the Falcons on defense, and only 3 seniors start on the offense. You know, but they will be losing a big part of that team as the whole backfield will graduate.
Here we go. This is going to be the last play tonight from Jefferson High School. And Baker's going to roll around. I'm not sure why. He's going to be stuffed.
Now to change possession, Conneaut gets the ball
with 16 seconds to go. And
Baker,
obviously they're going to throw the ball in the end zone here.
Yeah, Baker takes a knee there. The clock stops immediately, so Conneaut would get the ball then. But
he ran around a little bit. You're right.
I don't know if it's worth the hit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think you'd rather just give him the ball. You're going to get it. They're going to get it anyways. Why take a shot like that? He took a heck of a shot. Yeah, so now Conneaut's got a chance here to get back in the end zone with 16 seconds to go. Let's see if they can throw the ball here. Number 3, Dan Melcher's been a favorite target of Dave Gillespie all night here. Let's see. Right over the middle, got a man wide open. Adam Kopaz, first down and goal
nice
now for Conneaut.
Nice hit by number 36, Tom Lemire, over the middle.
See if Conneaut runs a play or spikes it. They're ready to go up here with 10 seconds to go. Clock runs. Gillespie got a man.
Dropped.
No good. 43, Brandon Beebe on the coverage. That's 47, Gary Tantari. And he was leveled. So we have 3 seconds here now in the ball game. Conneaut's going to get one more chance at the end zone. Joe Shore's going to line up wide right. Melcher to the left. There's Gillespie looking in the end zone. It's going to be no good. And that's going to be the ball game here. Our final score, Jefferson 20, Conneaut 8. And a very, very well played ball game here by the Jefferson Falcons tonight. Brad, you got to give credit to the Jefferson Falcons and their coaching staff. Did a nice job here, and Conneaut's got nothing to be ashamed of either. They played hard.
And like we said earlier, the Falcons, they had last week. They had really 2 weeks to prepare for Conneaut. They obviously did very well doing that. They had their game plan down pat, exactly what they needed to do to stop the Spartan offense, the wing T, which pretty much had ran through the NEC up to this point, and put a very good offensive game plan intact to move the ball against the Spartan defense. And part of that, most of that, like you said, was getting the ball in the hands of Dustin Ola And we'll have the final stats here in a minute, but well over 200 yards of total offense tonight.
And we'll be right back. Hopefully we're going to get a chance to talk to head coach Jason Root of the winning Jefferson Falcons. We'll be right back with a recap and hopefully a final interview with winning coach Jason Root. We'll be right back. We're back here at Falcon Pride Stadium in Jefferson. A big win for the Jefferson Falcons. Conneaut will not be repeating as Northeastern Conference champions. And again, we talked about it, Jefferson Lakeside next week. Let's look for a recap of tonight's game.
Yeah, to recap the scoring in the first quarter with 3:44 to go was Matt Baker on a 6-yard touchdown pass to Dustin Ola, his first of 3 touchdowns on the night. Baker added the kick to make it 7-0 Jefferson. With 8:58 to go in the second quarter, Dustin Ola again busting through the middle on a 71-yard touchdown run. The kick from Baker was good, making it 14-0. And then with 7 seconds to go before halftime, Ola on a 1-yard touchdown plunge. The kick from Baker was no good. Your halftime score was Jefferson 20, Conneaut 0. The second half pretty much played to a stalemate until with 1:32 to go in the fourth quarter, Conneaut was able to get on the board on a 6-yard touchdown pass from Dan Gillespie to Matt Kopaz. Adam Kopaz converted the 2-yard extra, or the 2-point extra point conversion on a pass from Gillespie to make the final score Jefferson 20, Conneaut 8. The stats for tonight: Conneaut, Matt Kopaz with 6 carries for 8 yards, 1 catch for 6 yards and the touchdown. Adam Kopaz, 8 carries for 7 yards, 2 catches for 14 yards. Joe Shore, 5 carries for 45 yards, 2 catches for 24 yards. Dan Gillespie, 10 carries for only 2 yards. He was sacked 5 times for minus 30 yards. And 7 of 16 passing for 62 yards, most of that coming in at the end there in the fourth quarter in that last drive. Dan Melcher with 2 catches for 18 yards. Jefferson, the story for the Falcons tonight was Dustin Ola. 22 carries for 179 yards and 2 touchdowns, 5 catches for 43 yards and 1 touchdown. Had 222 yards all-purpose. Tom Lemire, the fullback, 8 carries for 26 yards. Matt Baker, the quarterback, very efficient night. 10 of 16 passing for 90 yards, the 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Zach Dennis with 2 catches for 25 yards. Nate Franley, 1 catch for 10 yards. And Ryan Aliff, 1 catch for 12 yards. And that's pretty much the story tonight, was all Falcons.
You know, we talked about it, Jefferson putting 8, 9 guys up in the line of scrimmage tonight. It's just stuff in that wing T offense. And, you got to give a lot of credit again. Once again, the Jefferson staff, they had a lot of time to prepare. But the kids stepped up and made some big plays tonight, especially the seniors.
Yeah, the Falcons did have 2 weeks to prepare. They had the bye week last week. And talking to Coach Root before the game, they did some creative things to try to keep the kids' spirits up over the 2-week span. And they put together a great game plan. The wing T is a very difficult offense to run, and it's a very difficult offense to defend. And, you got so many misdirection plays. You don't know who's carrying the ball. The quarterback's got a lot of responsibilities in his reads and his pitches and handoffs. And, Jefferson was very well prepared for that tonight. And they did what they had to do on offense, like we said earlier. You need to get the ball in Dustin Ola's hands. This kid's one of the premier players in this conference. Running the ball, receiving the ball, punt returns, kick returns. This kid's just an all-around great playmaker. And the Falcons did what they had to do tonight to get the ball in his hands. Touch the ball close to 30 times tonight. And when he touches the ball close to 30 times and has over 200 yards offense, the Falcons are going to be successful.
And we'll be right back with head coach Jason Root of the Jefferson Falcons. We're back here at Falcon Pride Stadium, Jefferson, Ohio. Winning coach Jason Root, first-year coach, outstanding job tonight. Congratulations. How are you feeling right now?
Thank you. I tell you what, you guys can do our game every week. You guys are good luck to us this year.
I'll tell you what, this was senior night, coach, and 5 or 6 seniors tonight really stepped up and played well for you.
Yes, we only have 6 seniors, but I tell you what, this is a tribute to their leadership, and they led this young team out here and did a heck of a job, and we're still in the hunt for the title when we were picked to finish second to last this year.
Well, a big congratulations, and has to go out to your coaching staff, yourself, your coaching staff. That week off helped you to prepare for this Conneaut team, didn't it?
Yes, my coaching staff did an excellent job preparing. Rick Havens and Coach Rob Mead and Eric Runyon and Don Farron and Steve Fable prepared an offensive and a defensive game plan for Conneaut.
And your defensive on side of the ball, pretty much, you just said to Conneaut, if you guys are going to beat us, you're going to have to throw the ball.
Yeah,
and that's what you did. You had 8 or 9 guys up the line of scrimmage on almost every play.
Right, and we kind of learned a little bit from watching Geneva play them last week. Geneva kind of did the same thing, dare them to throw the ball. Hopefully we get a little pressure on the quarterback, and that's what we were able to do.
And your offensive line did a nice job tonight also. They opened up some big holes tonight.
Yeah, we're undersized, probably 50 to 60 a guy, and we were still able to create holes.
You talk about Jefferson tonight, you got to talk about the performance of the quarterback, Matt Baker, number 2. He was very poised in that first half. He hit some key passes, number 7, Zach Dennis. He was a field general out there tonight.
Yeah.
He stepped up his game tonight.
He did an excellent job as far as leadership and passing the ball. We haven't been able to use him throwing the ball in almost a month because we didn't want to throw too much against PV, and then in the Harvey game it was so wet that we couldn't. Then obviously he had a week off, but he did an excellent job tonight.
And you, again, we talked about this all week long, and everybody talked about it. Number 22, Dustin Ola. He's your guy. He's one of the best players in this league. You got the ball to him 30 times tonight. That was your game plan. He had over 200 all-purpose yards and a couple of nice touchdown runs there.
What more can I say about him? He's the man. He does everything for us, and I honestly believe he's the best football player in the county.
I'll tell you what, now the stage is set, Coach Root, for next week. The big matchup now. Nobody thought you guys were going to be in the seat, and you guys really don't have anything to lose going into this game against the Lakeside Dragons. They had a big win tonight against Geneva. You're going to take your team to Canary Field, and it's going to be one heck of a ball game, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll be the underdogs. Nobody will expect us to win. They have 100 kids, 9 through 12. We have a little over 40, but we have complete confidence that we can win that game and win the league.
And congratulations once again on behalf of the Kent State Educational Channel, Coach Jason Root, first-year coach. Got to get some votes for Coach of the Year here, Coach. Doing a nice job. Win or lose next week, best of luck, and good job tonight.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
We're going to wrap things up here tonight from Jefferson Falcon Pride Stadium. I want to thank a few people here tonight. I want to thank Frank Vaccarello, our cameraman and public relations guru. Did a great job tonight.